We will.
So there's no 2-minute thing. Oh, that's the funniest. Oh, that's hilarious. I used to use that as like a bathroom break and everything. I built it in. It's so funny.
Well, it's fine. Take your 2 minutes at this point. Are you good?
Yeah, God. Yeah, wait a second. Would you? No, I'm fine. At some point, I'll probably leave for a moment, but I'll be right back.
That's fine.
Or not. Maybe this will be a whole marathon.
Hey, and maybe this is the beginning of the show right now.
The ticker still says Wednesday 6 p.m.
Oh, you know what? You are so smart. Let's see. Let's just take that.
Sorry to call out your little ticker. Yeah.
Just take it off. There we go. I had to change everything. Like I had to change the little graphic that comes up at the end of the trailers that I post. Yeah.
Oh, because everything's Thursdays now?
Yeah. Which is fine.
Well, at least we did it for a whole year. It's exactly a year that we're switching.
Exactly.
That's kind of cool.
That's right.
Like
that was one of the things I was going to bring up.
It's kind of like NBC in the old days. You know, we moved from Wednesdays. Now we've done good enough that they're putting us over on must-see TV.
On Thursday
Cheers,
night.
Seinfeld. Nobody talks about Cosby anymore, right?
No, not anymore.
Okay, cool. Cheers, Seinfeld.
All right. We ready?
Yeah, this isn't the show. Oh,
I don't know yet. We'll figure it out in the edit. Welcome to a blockbuster year. Tonight we are talking about Stephen King's Cat's Eye. Let's pop in the tape. Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday night. We are continuing. We're moving forward to Thursday night drops. Some episodes pre-recorded, wink, wink. Some live schedules permit.
There's so much change, Brandon.
So much change.
Much change.
We are 1 year in officially to doing this show. This is episode 45. We have been doing this show for a full calendar year. I believe on the Thursday, the way the dates change on the year, it's the Thursday is the 1 year anniversary of us starting a blockbuster year.
Like that's crazy to me, man. This was like a crazy idea. First of all, I just met you, and then I called you saying, "Hey, I've got kind of a weird idea considering I just met you. Do you want to start a podcast together?" And wow. You're in.
And truthfully, there was a part of me that was like, I felt like I was always waiting for somebody to ask me to start a podcast because I've always wanted to talk about movies, but it's just like, and our guest and we have some mutual friends, but they all have shows already, and it just never really fit exactly what I wanted to do. And when you came along, Jay, and said, "Do you want to do this show?" I went, "Yeah, I have always wanted to do this show." So I'm happy to be here with you. A year later, things are changing, things are growing, but here we are.
I know. I used to be a little more available a year ago when this was an idea.
Yes, exactly.
Life is starting to speed up again, which is great for me, for anybody who knows my story. But yeah. So I'm just thrilled that we're still doing it. That the fact that we're both getting busier with life. It's not going by the wayside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm thrilled about our guest tonight too.
Yes, thank you.
1 year is a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. I feel like it's one of those marks where it's like, yeah, this thing can continue because it's a lot of work, but I get excited about it every single week, and I get to talk to Jay about movies, and I get to bring on guests and friends onto the show. And our guest and friend tonight is Yoko McCann. We are friends through past and future guests, Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, Ryan Dole. Yoko and I were kind of internet friends until we met at a convention. I believe the Washington Summer Con was the first time we met in person, right? Two years ago?
I think so. 3 years ago. Yeah.
3 years ago was that show already? Oh yeah, that's right. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Yoko,
we usually do this at the end, but Yoko, what's your Instagram? Since I have no other reason to be on my phone tonight.
Oh. Yoko McCann. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's easy enough. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, got it. All right. New follower. Follow you on all my shit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
Yoko is a massive collector, toy collector, vlogger. You're doing what is it, powerlifting now? Is that what it would be called?
I am.
Whoa.
Yeah. Incredible stuff. Check out Yoko McCann. But welcome to the show, Yoko. I'm so glad we could finally make this work. I've wanted you on the show since the beginning, really.
Yeah, I know. When you said a year, I was like, oh, how long have I been putting this up?
But it's all good.
That's honest. That's honest.
We find the time. I gave you the list early, and you picked Stephen King's Cat's Eye, and we'll talk a little bit later as to maybe why you chose Stephen King's Cat's Eye. And I've been holding on to this one for you for a while, but I'm glad we finally get to cover it. So welcome to the show, Yoko.
Thank you. I am excited to be here.
She's like 85 just isn't my year. Why don't you give me a call in 3 or 4 seasons?
Well, I mean, honestly, that's a little bit true, probably, because I believe, Yoko, your initial reaction was like, I don't really know what movie to pick. And if I remember,
are you old enough to even know these movies?
I am.
Because Brandon really isn't. Like, it's always amazing to me that the movies he likes and already knows, considering he wasn't alive.
Right? I existed.
You did. Okay, so me too. Okay, great. Awesome.
But I believe, Yoko, your reasoning was something along the lines of like, oh, Drew Barrymore looks cute. Like you picked the cat one because the cat was cute and Drew Barrymore was cute. You hadn't seen this movie before, I believe, right?
No. I have seen this. You don't remember what I told you about it?
Oh, no, I don't.
So I mean, I think I'm not really like I haven't seen a lot of old movies or even new movies. Actually, I'm kind of the opposite of you. I don't know. It's just never been outside of like Star Wars recently or Marvel. Like I've watched very little else. I'm just not.
We're gonna have no crossover whatsoever.
But like movies, I don't know. It's been a struggle for me. But especially when I was younger, though, I just didn't grow up watching a lot of TV or movies or anything like that. I was a big reader, so like, but I've been trying to catch up, especially during the COVID times when we were stuck at home. I started watching a lot more movies again and trying to actually know some of these movies that everyone knows. But Cat's Eye,
the COVID times. Sounds like the Dark Ages. The COVID times.
Yeah, it kind of was.
My story about Cat's Eye that I've randomly seen because a substitute teacher showed it to us in school when I was in 6th grade.
Yes, I remember.
And it terrified me.
My goodness. There's a couple things in here that's not good for a 6th grader.
Right. So I was like, you know what? It'd be fun to kind of face that fear and watch it again. And see how it compares to what I remember from when I was 11 watching it.
Conversation.
So this is like this episode is a version of exposure therapy as well, which is cool. That's nice.
Yeah.
Just before we continue, Yoko, I am getting that echo again, so we might have to.
Okay.
I hear it too. Is it me? Can't be me.
It's probably me. I'll put these on.
Listener, can you turn your radio down? Caller.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Hold on, I can't hear you yet.
Okay, we'll just wait a second. This is what happens live radio.
Here we go back to live. Here, I'll just go check in with the chat real quick. Okay, well, Ryan O'Dell is here. We know that for sure. Nerd Locations is here. Who are our normal people? Because they're in the chat when this airs.
Yeah. They'll be there.
You have to excuse us, Yoko. This is our first pre-tape of all of it. I'm sorry about the curtain, folks.
No.
I don't know. I feel like, I've been telling people that there's going to be pre-tapes. I got no problem with, this is what we have to do in order to continue doing the show. So, well,
it's also great. And we should talk about that. It's going to allow us to get guests like Yoko who might not be available at the time we always used to do it. This will actually open doors for us.
Yes, exactly. Now, I don't want to. Well, let's just jump into it because I think it's really interesting.
Had you seen this movie before, Brandon?
No, I had never sat down and watched Stephen King's Cat's Eye.
Me neither. And I had seen the box in the video store a million times as a kid, but I'd never rented it.
That's funny. That's funny. That's what I had seen.
Do you remember, Yoko, what scared you?
Yes.
And what was that?
It was the first part, the first short story, and it was
Quitters
the
Incorporated?
guy in the closet. Yeah, and it was the guy in the closet seeing his feet in the closet.
Yeah,
like that was like I wasn't able to open a closet for years.
Wow.
You know?
That's real.
Yeah.
And then it turned out it was real. Like,
right.
There was
yes,
a guy in
he
the
was
fucking
actually
closet.
being watched.
Yeah.
You know, in that specific scene, not that I didn't feel like the tension of what they were trying to, I just was thinking like, oh man, James Woods really threw that umbrella really well. Like it went in end first into the jackets.
Yeah.
I don't know how many takes they had to do, but I was like, oh wow, that was very effective. It actually would have made that person hiding in the closet go like oomph as they do.
Yeah.
And then after that, were you kind of just like, you know, watching through your hands, or was there other things that was like perpetuating the fears throughout watching it in class?
It was really just that story. I didn't remember the second one at all. The gambler guy.
The gambler.
Yeah.
And then what?
Oh, the ledge. I mean, I just caught that play on words. I didn't get it at the time. Huh? Right? Like a game.
The ledge.
Yeah, but then he was on the ledge.
Yeah.
Right? It's a play on words. I didn't get that.
I don't get it.
You don't think so? Don't they call it a ledger?
Oh,
like
wow, that's funny. That is true.
Oh.
There would be a ledger in gambling. That's funny. It didn't occur to me. Yeah.
No, I didn't get that either.
Oh.
Wow.
Of course. Yeah.
This is why we have
anytime
Yoko
there's money,
McCann on the
there's
show,
ledger.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, well done.
Just hearing you say it out loud, it clicked. But then I remember the third story though. So I'm like, I must have seen all of it. But the middle one was still kind of boring to me. Like I feel like it.
Yeah.
Really
No Drew Barrymore.
It's definitely the middle story, that's for sure. Like there's a reason why the ledge is in the middle of Quitters Incorporated, and I was referring to it as the troll in my notes, but it's actually called.
That's what I called it too.
It's called General or the General because that's the name. That's the name that they give the cat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that Quitters Incorporated is like a really dark, twisted, in my opinion, like classic Stephen King. You know, turning quitting smoking on its head. And then the last story has a little troll that comes out of your wall and tries to steal your breath or your essence. And then it has a cat fighting it. Like, and then the middle story is just a guy walks around a building, right?
Yeah.
I have a question. I mean,
go ahead.
Yoko, it sounds like she knows because she already saw this. But Brandon, were you aware that this would be one of those, what do you call it, an anthology movie? Or what do you call it, like Creep Show? Or that it's a series? Okay.
Yes,
anthology. I did not, I was not aware of that. So it was like, once we got back to Drew Barrymore and it was a different dad, I was like, what's going on here? And I go, oh, wait. Okay. Like I really was just going along for the ride and I didn't realize.
Yeah, I knew.
I just kept thinking they were dropping stuff
anthology,
and they were going to go back to it.
And I think that's the hardest part about making an anthology is you almost need to put like anthology in the title or somewhere on the poster, a section of short stories by Stephen King so that the audience coming in knows what to expect.
I thought this was the end of a chapter, not the end of a story. Like, and then the same thing happened again with the guy.
Especially because they cut the way they cut from that, right? It went from the missing finger to the hot dog.
Yeah,
totally. The guy was almost comedically. Also, was this movie a comedy? I'm still not sure.
I think it's an attempt at some lighthearted darkness, let's say. And then
there's a wink throughout for sure.
On top of that, you're also trying to track this like weird Drew Barrymore connection through the three stories. Not to mention this cat traveling to New York City and Wilmington, North Carolina. The
mannequin.
Yeah, it's so
possessed with the spirit of Drew Barrymore. That's the part where, looking back, I was like, wait, what was that all about?
And what does she tell the cat? What is she trying to find him? Find him.
You have to go and find me. She's essentially
you have to go and find me. Oh, so she's helping herself, but as a no good.
It doesn't.
I thought she was dead, and then it was a black and white photo. I was like, oh, she's dead. I get it.
Well, they were just trying to put Drew Barrymore, young Drew Barrymore, in this movie as much as possible, and the director had a whole prologue that was trying to explain the connection of Drew Barrymore and the cat, which ultimately was cut from the movie. But even
maybe we could have used it.
Well, even on the DVD commentary, director Louis Teague, who we'll talk about.
What? I forgot. This is him again?
Yeah, this is Louis Teague again.
Oh my God.
Director of Jewel of the Nile, which we talked about a few weeks ago. A film which I just watched for the first time and actually loved, Alligator, from 1980, I believe. Yeah, 1980, Alligator. This movie rules. People go check out Alligator. It's super low budget, big alligator in the sewers. So much fun.
For my generation, Collision Course.
Yes.
Jay Leno and Pat Morita.
Yeah, and then right before this, he did make Cujo, who did make an appearance in this film. But
didn't every fucking Stephen King entity ever make an appearance in this film?
Almost.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, it
was like a cereal box at some point there.
Yeah.
And then we know it's Christine. Did we need the bumper sticker? What the fuck? Sorry.
Yeah. We had Cujo.
This is all lost on me. Yeah.
So here you go, Yoko. Yeah. So the dog that chases the cat at the beginning, it's covered in like a blood, right? Yeah. Some sort of dark substance. That is Cujo, the Stephen King novel that was turned into a movie directed by the same director. Actually also stars Dee Wallace, who is the mother from E.T. in Cujo. And then the red car that almost hits the cat in that beginning, that is Christine. Again, the Stephen King novel, which was turned into the John Carpenter book about the killer car that possesses the spirit of
that one.
The young man. It's a great movie.
I loved the nods, Brandon. It was just once it was so in your face for in case you didn't get it.
Oh, you're talking just the bumper sticker. Yeah.
The insert of the bumper sticker saying blah, 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 whatever, I'm Christine.
Yeah.
Burn in hell, I'm Christine, something like that.
And then later, James Woods is watching TV, and he's watching Christopher Walken in The Dead Zone, which is another Stephen King. And then even later, the mom in the Troll Story is reading Pet Sematary in bed, which is a Stephen King novel. So there's a bunch of little Easter eggs hidden throughout the movie.
I wouldn't even call them Easter eggs. They were billboards. They were like neon billboards. It wasn't a secret for those in the know. It was just so you know, this is a Stephen King production.
Well, and again, we'll get into it, but Stephen King is kind of new on the block at this point, right? Because Carrie, his very first novel, comes out in 1974. So he's only 10 years into his career. But
he's had all those hits though already.
Yes, Carrie, Salem's Lot, The Shining, all turned into movies around this time. So
and all the ones that are in this movie, Christine, Cujo.
Yes, exactly.
Pet Sematary.
Right? What? I actually don't remember what year Pet Sematary is. What year the movie is?
You're right. It was just the book, so it could have been
84 is Pet Sematary. But it is interesting. All of that being said, the point I was trying to make is that in the DVD commentary, director Louis Teague tries to explain what the prologue was, and it doesn't make any sense. And it was trying to explain why that weird ghost of Drew Barrymore is in the mannequin and why the cat has a connection. But it doesn't make sense that it's not in the movie, or it doesn't make sense because it's not in the movie, but it also doesn't make sense even if it was in the movie. It is such a stretch.
That's so crazy. And then the cat's eye is just referred to like because the cat witnesses all these different stories, so we're seeing them through the cat's eye. Is that the idea?
I guess so. Maybe there's some sort of like historical thing about a cat's eye, some old folk tale that the references maybe lost on us. Well, we sort of covered Louis Teague already. Stephen King in general, like I mentioned, 10 years into his career, I mean, the man is still putting out books to this day. He is a huge name and just countless adaptations of his material. And eventually, I'm sure everything will be adapted at some point. Not to mention his novels, but also he has so many short stories. In fact, Cat's Eye is made up of 2 short stories from his collection called Night Shift. In fact, actually his first collection of short stories. So the Quitters Incorporated and The Ledge come from that original short story book, which was 1978, I believe. Yes, 1978 was Night Shift, the Stephen King short stories. And then
totally, they seem like they came from the same world. The third piece was a departure. So go ahead.
Yes. Well, the third one was completely originally written because they were working on Firestarter in 1984 with young Drew Barrymore, which is a Stephen King property. And the producer of this film, Dino De Laurentiis, who went on, has produced so many classic movies, Barbarella, the Conan movies, Halloween 2 and 3, Dune, David Lynch's 1984 Dune is a Dino De Laurentiis movie, Silver Bullet, a movie we've talked about already on this show, the movie that comes out next year, which is Stephen King's directorial debut, Maximum Overdrive, with Emilio Estevez.
Bought that the other day.
And a haunted semi-truck. Yoko, have you ever heard of this movie, Maximum Overdrive?
I think I've heard of it, but I've definitely never seen it.
So there is a.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
A semi-truck for a toy company, Yoko. Maybe you'll be into it because it's it's what's it called, like Happy Go Lucky Toys or something.
It's basically, I can't remember if that's exactly it, but it's basically.
And there is this giant green goblin on the front of the semi, and it terrorizes Emilio Estevez and this group of people stuck inside what it's like a diner gas station, and they have to fight this truck. Now, this is Stephen King's directorial
supernatural
debut.
Kind of truck. It's kind of
very supernatural. He wrote it, he directed it, and famously in interviews has talked about how he does not remember a single thing about directing or making this movie because he was on so much cocaine. He was abusing drugs so hard that he does not have any memories about making this movie.
It shows.
Also a Dino De Laurentiis. So all of this is like Stephen King working with Dino De Laurentiis for Firestarter. And they just realized, obviously, everybody had seen E.T. at this point. And then Drew Barrymore comes in. Firestarter is 1984, I believe. And they were like, this little girl's good. She's a very talented young actress. We got to do something else with her. And so
let's underutilize her in another project.
Exactly. So they asked Stephen King to write an original story for her, and they decided to do this anthology series. Now, the history of Cat's Eye goes all the way back to 1978 when the short story collection is published. Instantly, a production company called Sword and Sorcery. There's my notes here. Sword and Sorcery. Good. They option the collection of short stories, and they put together a screenplay based on Quitters Incorporated, The Ledge, and a third story called Sometimes They Come Back. And that floated around for a number of years. between 1980 and 1982, it was in development, but ultimately they could not find funding. Now, 1983 rolls around, they're pre-production for Firestarter. They get Drew Barrymore. They're making Firestarter. And Dino De Laurentiis is so impressed with Drew Barrymore that, as Jay said, they decide that they need to underutilize her again. And they get Stephen King to... They buy the rights back from this sword and sorcery production company and get Stephen King to basically rewrite his first screenplay is Cat's Eye, because he's adapting his own 2 short stories and then creating this original 3rd story in The General. And where was I? Oh boy.
He didn't write an introduction though?
Yeah, no. I don't, nobody has really talked about the connection points, and clearly that was a discussion because they shot them. They're in the screenplay, but I don't know if Stephen King had a different idea for a connection or if his prologue was part of his idea, but ultimately it really doesn't work at all. The connection.
The whole time I was thinking, oh, this is a book of his, and I wonder if the book is any good, but I didn't realize that there isn't even really a book of his. This is just sort of a multi-adapted screenplay over the years that sounds like it was sort of a studio money grab by the time they put it out.
You can read the short stories for Quitters Inc. and The Ledge.
Right.
Like I said,
but Cat's Eye as a bestseller was never in existence.
No, Cat's Eye as a screenplay is a wholly original idea with 2 adapted short stories and an original Stephen King. But this is what gets him into writing his screenplays, because he goes on to write the screenplays for Silver Bullet is the same year. Maximum Overdrive, Pet Sematary. Oh, Pet Sematary is 89. Sorry, not 84. 1989 is Pet Sematary.
Okay, so it was just a book at this point.
Yes. And then famously, Stephen King is not a fan of Stanley Kubrick's adaptation of The Shining. And so he got the chance to write his own version in 1997 with the TV movie version of the miniseries.
Steven Weber, I think, right?
Is that the actor?
I think
is
so.
That the lead? Yeah.
I believe so, it's Mick, from Wings.
Mick, yes, it is. Mick Garris, I believe, is the director of that.
I actually heard really good things about that, but I never saw it. It was like a mini series, if I recall, but I never actually saw it.
I have not seen it.
Did you like
yet.
it? Oh,
I've never seen it. I had it on VHS for the longest time, but I just recently got a DVD copy of it. So one day, maybe this spooky season, I'll pop on the Shining miniseries.
Maybe I'll do it too, because that's the one that really takes place at the Stanley, right? And it's really obviously true to Stephen's story, because that was his whole point, is to correct
they shot it at the
horrible
hotel
injustice
that
he saw.
The Stanley Hotel inspired Stephen King to write the novel The Shining, and so this miniseries is shot at the same hotel. Fun fact: same hotel in Dumb and Dumber.
Yep, I was going to say. So there were 3 hotels in The Shining lore. And that's the one that I've never been to. This one, and it's in what, Colorado, or like Vail, Colorado, or something.
Is that
Isn't
where?
In Dumb and Dumber, it's supposed to be like Vail or Aspen or something.
Well, yeah, it's Aspen, where the beer flows like wine.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know.
I don't know where it really is.
I don't remember where the Stanley is.
And then the exterior is, of course, up in Oregon as the Timberline Lodge from Mount Hood.
Yep.
And then the interior was never actually shot in Yosemite, but it's modeled exactly after the Ahwahnee Hotel.
Inspired by that hotel.
Crazy.
The elevators look pretty much the same. The big sweeping, grand,
the working room, the typing room.
Yes. Yeah. It's all very much inspired. Yes.
Dude, the lobby is the same. The little gold room with the bar and the lights is the same. Like wheeling, we did that on the road trip, the bucket list with Nicole. Yeah. Going around that, we both were having like what the fuck moments.
Yeah.
You're also totally secluded from everything and driving up a road just like the movie, so you really do feel away. Anyway, highly recommend it for road trip people.
No, Yoko, you said that you don't watch a lot of movies, but what do you think of scary movies? Okay, you've seen The Shining. Okay. Yeah. So you know what we're talking about. Okay, perfect.
Yes. Yeah. I have no interest in visiting or anything, but I have
or staying in room 237.
Nope. I draw the line there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love that Stanley Kubrick Shining. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But Stanley Kubrick did change a bunch of things from the book, and I think that was just, it's so weird. It's so weird that that's the one that always comes up. Stephen King always talks about how much he doesn't like that version of his
very vocal about it. It's a shame too, because it's probably the most famous film adaptation from one of his books, right? Like by then some.
Yeah. There is a person who worked on this film that we need to talk about, Jay.
I know who it is already. I already know. His
name came up in the credits very early in his career. Music by Mr. Alan Silvestri.
My first comment is "this music!" exclamation point, because I thought it was awful. And the next thing was, "Oh my God!"
Yes. So I agree with you. I do not think that this is the strongest Alan Silvestri score.
Same year he did Back to the Future.
It's incredible, really, when you listen to the score of this movie. And granted, I think a lot of it is it's cheap and it's all done with like a synthesizer, right?
One little Casio keyboard, yeah.
Yes. Whereas Back to the Future, Universal, Steven Spielberg producing much bigger budget for a full orchestra to
get an 80-piece orchestra. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And a full scoring stage and everything. Yeah.
Now, did you notice any similarities between the score in this film and the Back to the Future? Especially the third story with the troll. I was like, this is the Back to the Future score.
And then the little troll sounded like either Gizmo or Slimer. So it was like, to me, it was merging all of these different Slimer from the Real Ghostbusters. Yeah. Sorry. It was merging all of these different worlds for me, but absolutely Back to the Future all over it, except I was listening to like, oh, it's as if I played Back to the Future on my little home Casio.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But again, we were talking about it last week with our other mutual friend, Steve 3, Yoko.
I love Steve.
We were talking about how interesting it is to see people at the beginning of their careers, especially when someone like Alan Silvestri goes on to do the Back to the Future movies and Forrest Gump and Roger Rabbit and eventually like the Avengers movies, right? Like one of our biggest blockbuster composers, they all have to start somewhere. And it just so happened that he started on a little synthesizer doing the score for Stephen King's Cat's Eye, and then gets the Back to the Future and changes the world.
This also isn't the only movie in 1985 that he's scored, correct? That we've already done on this show. Like I feel like there had been one or two others. Also
Summer Rental.
Summer Rental was a surprise.
Summer Rental is an Alan Silvestri score. Yeah. Predator is Alan Silvestri. Yeah.
Again, haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Lilo and Stitch. That's an iconic score. A film I brought up, was it last week or the week before? I think it was last week. Mouse Hunt is an Alan Silvestri score. And that
absolutely
particularly because I love that movie so much. The theme song, the dun 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 has lived in my head my entire life. I say I was so obsessed with Mouse Hunt when I was younger. Watched it over and over at my grandma's house.
I went to go search for it the other day because of your recommendation, and I watched the trailer and I go, nope, can't do it.
What about it? What about it?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Like I will watch it because of you, but it doesn't. I think it's going to be one of those like a force feeding contest. Like I'm not going to enjoy it.
You know, it feels to me like a Coen Brothers movie. If the Coen Brothers movie made a slapstick comedy, there's just something so dark about it, but I just think it's so good. I don't know.
We've talked about Nathan Lane before, right? Where I have a weird thing with him where like I can't deny he's talented. I can't like he's fucking awesome, and I'll be the first one to say it. Yet I find him so unpalatable in movies because he's such a stage performer that he's just too big for me for film. He doesn't play in this.
Yeah.
That I think that even the trailer, I kind of got that. He's just so big with everything, and maybe I just want to relax.
I think that's totally fair because
but on stage, the producers, he's incredible.
And that's the thing is that I come from it going like, that's what I love about Nathan Lane. I love how big his performances are in a sort of grounded, realistic world, let's say, even though Mouse Hunt is not grounded because some wild things happen. But
would you throw Martin Short? Would you throw Martin Short into that? So would I. And I love him and I adore him. And I feel like, he does it differently somehow.
Again, last week, because we were talking about Wendy Schaal in Creature, and I had just got that new 4K of Inner Space, rewatching Inner Space, I was like, this is all the Martin Short hits. He's dancing, he's doing funny faces, everything that Martin Short was doing on SNL and SCTV and all the little...
It was like the Martin Short variety show.
Yes. They just took all of that and they implanted it into this Joe Dante movie, and I'm here for it. Now, that being said, there is a lot of actors that I also don't like because for similar reasons that you're talking about, Jay, I just can't get into them. They just do too much, and it just rubs me the wrong way. And I can't.
Can you name any so I can see if I can latch onto it? Because I feel terrible about this because Nathan Lane has done nothing to me.
So one of them is Toby Jones.
Seems like a very nice man.
Do you know who Toby Jones is?
Not by the name, no.
Toby Jones is a short little older actor. He was in Yoko. You may have seen him in was it?
Oh God,
First
I know
Avenger.
He's in the new Indiana
Jones. He's Red Skull's little right hand guy in Captain America: First Avenger. Yes, he's in a Jurassic World movie. He played Hitchcock at one point. He is an actor.
He's in the new Jurassic World. You're right. But he's in the new Indiana Jones.
Yes, he was in the new Indiana Jones. Yes. He plays Phoebe Waller-Bridge's father, I believe, in Dial of Destiny. He is an actor that I just think he does too much, and I can't unsee the Toby Jones of it all. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, thank you for that. You do. Yeah. You genuinely do.
Yeah.
I feel very seen right now. Yoko,
not to pile on, but there's another actor. There's another actor named Caleb Landry Jones that people love.
Let's do
it. He was in Twin Peaks season 3. He actually is in the Florida Project, which is a little clue for our guest next week.
Ironically, he's on this one too.
He's really good in the Florida Project, but he only has 2 scenes. But he is an actor that, again, he just does so much, and I can't unsee it. So it's just it's hard for me to get into a movie that those 2 actors particularly appear in. They give me the ick, really funny, as they say.
That is amazing. It's funny.
I wondered how we were going to talk about Cat's Eye for 2 hours. Now I know.
Sorry. She's like, guys, I didn't research anything you're talking about.
I know.
Oh my God. Sorry, that is so funny. Yes, you are exactly right, Yoko. This is exactly how it happens.
I didn't say
we're talking about Cat's Eye, but no, I just ranted about Toby Jones. And Nathan
I went
Lane.
off about a hotel that's not even in a movie that we watched today.
Okay.
You can keep ranting though if you want. Yeah.
No, I'll leave.
Yoko,
I'll leave
who don't you like?
alone.
No. Let's go around the table. Yoko, you should play too. Anybody that pushed you the wrong way?
I was trying to think of someone. I can't right off the top of my head, but like I think a lot of comedic actors are that way for me. So because I don't enjoy a lot of like slapstick comedy because of that, I think.
So like a Ben Stiller maybe.
Yeah. Because a lot of these comedians, I like them when they're in more like serious roles, you know?
Yeah.
But like when they're doing comedy, I'm just like, that's all I can see is them doing comedy, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
So it takes me out of it. Yeah.
On the Ben Stiller, my wife and I had a similar thing with this. And on the Ben Stiller of it all, we finally figured out before she died, God rest her peace. Sorry, couldn't help it. Whenever Ben Stiller plays a version of himself where he's kind of just a neurotic guy in a relationship, whatever, there's some kind of trouble, we always kind of liked it. He was very vulnerable, and like we like those. Anytime he's playing a character where he's got a face or a wig or there's a thing, we were fucking out. And it might be exactly what Yoko just said of like, it's just too much. Just too much. And you just see the guy trying to be funny instead of the person trying to act however.
Like you're talking about Zoolander. Like, are you not a fan of Zoolander?
No.
Oh man, I love Zoolander.
Everybody does.
I love it. For me, like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but comedy is like so important to me that those are the people that I love the most because they're doing so much. But I also agree with you, Yoko. When they do serious work, I think it is some of the best work. And now I have a theory behind that. I think Steve Carell is one of our greatest actors because he is so good at playing roles that he can make a ridiculous character like Michael Scott, a buffoon, feel like a real person. And yeah, he's doing dumb stuff and he's doing bits. And then even through The Office, you know, there's a couple little moments here and there where he kind of has like a more grounded, sort of realistic, you know, maybe some like feelings, we'll say. But I think Steve Carell, I think John C. Reilly, I think when they do dramatic work, because they can play a character, and in my opinion, in a realistic way, a very loud, you know, buffoonish type character in a realistic way, I think that they can apply that to drama, and it brings something else to it. It's another level of believability, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I so agree with everything you said, but you used two killer examples. Both of those actors, comedic actors or otherwise, like exude vulnerability. Both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like almost no matter what they do. So I totally agree. Carell especially exudes vulnerability. That's why he can play, like you said, Michael Scott from The Office, or like a sex offender on Morning Show and still be likable. Or like, what the fuck? How do you do that?
A murderer in Foxcatcher. They just put a different nose on him. And you're like, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen. And this is the dumb guy from Anchorman, right? Like how does that work?
Or Bruce Almighty or Evan Almighty or whatever.
Yes, exactly. Yes. How does Evan Baxter from Bruce Almighty scare the crap out of me as a murderer in Foxcatcher?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, you just used excellent examples, and I think if you've got a comedian who is able to do that, like some of those guys are improv as well, you know, then I think that's where what we like comes from.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
Also, the darkness that a comedian has, like they generally can shine when they turn it off.
Yeah.
Because of the vulnerability again.
Even Ben Stiller, because Ben Stiller has like your Zoolander, which is your full character, and then he's got your Meet the Parents, which is your kind of like comedic I'll call it the middle ground of Ben Stiller. But then he's got something like Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which is like a kind of a funny guy, but it's more like realistic. And like,
he's supposed to be an everyman in that,
yeah. Those are the three sides of Ben Stiller, and you know.
But that movie is such a beautiful movie. That's a spiritual movie in a crazy
directed by.
Gorgeous.
I mean, he is an incredible director. And that's the thing with Ben Stiller. I think he's super funny, but he undeniably is like such an incredible director. I mean, Severance is an amazing show, amazing television. And he's behind the camera in its entirety, right? Like he's not on camera at all in that show, and probably never will be at this point, right? Like it's not.
I wouldn't imagine it'll be some crazy cameo, if he ever is, be the desk clerk or something like that.
I think it would be I think it would be bad. Like at this point, for him to show up on Severance,
right? It's too winky.
Yeah. It would be like, oh, come on. Like we know you're a producer. We know you direct. Like
when they do the Emmys, parody with all of the cast and everything, he can be in that. You know how every year, like at the awards ceremony, they'll do like some parody of it.
Yes,
he could be in that.
Yeah.
And then the funny thing about Ben Stiller also is that he has absolutely nothing to do with Cat's Eye.
Oh yeah, you're right. God, it is it is incredible, the tangent we find.
I guess maybe we should talk more than once a week, Brandon, because I guess we get it out on the show.
Well, speaking of actors, let's talk about some of the people in this film. Drew Barrymore, first and foremost.
Some good people in it.
Obviously, like this is, E.T. 1982, Firestarter 1984. This is her rise. She is from a famous family. Her grandfather, John Barrymore, very famous Hollywood legendary actor. But she is incredible. Like E.T. is an incredible child performance, and they are rare. Talking about actors I don't like a lot of kid actors. I agree. They are bad most of the time. 90% of child actor performances are bad. And then you get a Drew Barrymore in E.T. You get a Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. And again, bringing it up, those kids in Florida Project, those are a great kid performance. Yeah. They're rare kid performances are good.
Jodie Sweetin, Full House. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
I never really watched Full House that much. I
didn't either. We joked about it the other day because we're friendly now, but it's very funny. I had a confession to make that I don't watch Full House. Never have.
But
child actors, I had to throw it in there.
Yes,
E.T. was a killer too because Elliot and Rudy, what the fuck was her name in that?
Gertie,
yeah. They were both phenomenal, like giving like really good adult acting performances.
Yeah, there's something. Besides all the special effects, there is something magic about E.T. and what Steven Spielberg was able to pull off with all of those kids. Really, like even like he's a little bit older, but their brother Michael, right? Like
yeah, he's good too. Penis breath.
That dynamic. Yeah.
Sorry.
I will say one of my favorite. Dee Wallace, we talked about. She appears in Cujo, but she is the mom from E.T. And I think one of my favorite moments, and how do I phrase this? But like a choice that an actor makes is when Elliot calls Michael penis breath, and Dee Wallace reprimands him, but also laughs at the same time.
She is choking in a guffaw.
Yes,
oh my god,
such a great moment. And I think every single time I watch it, I go that is the realest thing I've ever seen. Like a mom reprimanding her son for saying penis breath, but also laughing at the absurdity of that insult at the dinner table.
And trying not to acknowledge it, trying to stifle it. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
It seems like
everything
so
felt very
real to me. Yeah.
So that's the thing about Spielberg, especially in that. No, but how do you get a performance out of an actor where you can't find any acting in their performance? And that's what I felt in that scene in particular in that movie. They all just were a family living together, no acting whatsoever. That just happened.
Yeah. Well, and if you not to I I don't want to criticize a young Drew Barrymore, but if you look at her performance in E.T. versus her performance in Cat's Eye, granted she's 3 years older, but it's not quite the same magic, right?
But she was on Quaaludes at this point, right?
I don't know when all of that happened.
I know. I was a kid, only a couple years older than her when the People magazine came out, and she was hardcore into stuff at like 10 years old or something.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have a...
So it's entirely possible she's already in the life by 85.
Yeah, it's so sad. It's like I'm so glad that she has come out on the other side and she's doing so well for herself. And
but she'd be like 11 here, like 10 or 11, right? Which I'm pretty sure is...
Yeah, it's
I think she was hardcore into cocaine and everything by 13, so I'm pretty sure she was already doing stuff, at least drinking.
Well, and when you look at her career, it's like all these big movies, and then she doesn't have a lot of like main performances for a while, right? She pops up here and there. She's in Wayne's World 2.
Charlie's Angels, I think, was like the resurgence, right?
Yeah, that's 2000. Right, I think she has like Never Been Kissed, which I think is
you're right.
Before. I think that's 90s. Late 90s, which is a movie I think I've seen.
Oh, you know what? No, she didn't go away. I mean, because then there was Wedding Singer and there was Adam Sandler.
Yes, she didn't go away. But right around this time when I guess it's when she's like, growing up. She's no longer a little girl. She's, becoming a teenager, and she's dealing with all these personal issues and this drug problem. But
it was all over the news back then when I was a kid and she was a kid, and it was like the cover of People mag. I mean, it was a big deal.
Well, she like I was saying,
she wrote a book, or there was a book or something about her mom, and like there was a whole thing. It was a big expose. And then the world was like, oh, poor little Drew Barrymore, we didn't know. It was like, it's been in the magazines and papers for years. You just look the other way.
Yeah. But she's doing well. So
amazing. Yeah.
God
bless her.
Yeah, Charlie's Angels.
Tom Green really straightened her up, didn't he?
Oh, that's right. I forgot that they dated.
They were married.
They were married. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they were married. I really forgot. And I always think about how she has a cameo in Batman Forever because she plays Sugar.
Oh, Chris, is that the one with Chris O'Donnell?
Yeah, the with Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, because there's two girls in Tommy Lee Jones's like lair, and it's Sugar and Spice. And Drew Barrymore is Sugar, and she's dressed in like the white lingerie, and then Spice is dressed in like the black lingerie.
But is that the one with Robin in it? With Chris, what's his face?
Yes.
Robin.
Yeah, it's
because they did that other movie together for The Boys or whatever it was called, Boys on the Side or whatever. They did a movie together once. So that's a reunion too. I
haven't seen that one.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'll stop with the tangent upon a tangent upon a tangent.
Hey, at least we're still talking about Drew Barrymore, an actress who was actually in the movie.
Yeah, it's close.
And then, I mean, come on, like 50 First Dates. What that is a movie that I think I could watch at any time. Whenever it's on TV, I always put it on. I just find it like so relaxing and funny and charming.
Really?
Me and Nicole too was one of her all-time favorites. Not just because she was 5 Second Tom, but it just is such a sweet story. And it was nice to see them together again, if you like The Wedding Singer.
I love The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, me too. They were goons.
He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits. Have you seen The Wedding Singer, Yoko?
Yeah, but it was a long time ago.
It's worth a revisit.
I haven't watched. Adam Sandler is one of those actors for me, actually. It's a very unpopular opinion. Very unpopular opinion, but he
really.
There's some. Well, I hate when he does that voice. I can't.
Yeah, well, he doesn't do the voice in everything, but he does the voice in like Billy Madison. But he doesn't do the voice in Wedding Singer because he's playing a much more He's actually honestly.
I didn't hate Wedding Singer.
But
a lot of his movies
really not even that funny in Wedding Singer. Wedding Singer really isn't like a straightforward comedy. It's like a romantic.
It's a rom-com.
Not even. It's just a rom-rom. It's got a couple jokes. But what was I going to say? Oh, he's another actor that I think can give these incredible performances, because one of my favorite movies ever is Punch Drunk Love. And that is Paul Thomas Anderson in the 90s, Paul Thomas Anderson is such a comedy fan, is married to Maya Rudolph from Saturday Night Live and Bridesmaids. But
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Paul Thomas Anderson and Maya Rudolph have been married for many years. They have I think they have 6 kids or something like that.
I had no idea. That's amazing.
He is such a comedy fan. He ghost wrote for SNL when Maya was on the show, but he saw something in Adam Sandler, who was like, he can give this very dramatic performance of a very interesting guy in Punch Drunk Love, and then famously knocks it out of the park in Uncut Gems only a few years ago. That is a wild movie. If people haven't seen it, it's very unsettling.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. It came out at a time where life was just a little too heavy, and I go, I'll wait on this one. It looked a little too stressful.
It's very stressful. It is a very, very stressful watch. The Safdie brothers do not make easy watching movies. They make very high energy, very stressful movies. Again, another actor who's not in this movie.
So the whole point of the intro then, with the whole possessed mannequin thing, it was just to put Drew Barrymore at the beginning.
Yes, they had some conceit about making sure Drew Barrymore is in she appears in all 3 stories. So we have her at the beginning, but that is supposed to be some weird sort of essence figure telling the cat to find its way to Wilmington, North Carolina to save
if we
her
didn't
from
have
the
that
troll.
scene, it would be fine.
No, they're in Connecticut.
Right?
She ends up being in Connecticut in the third.
Oh,
scene.
Connecticut. But
we didn't need that. It could just be the adventure of the cat, right?
Exactly.
It makes better. It makes better without it.
It makes more sense without it. Yeah.
It's otherwise we're thinking about it the whole time instead of just going with the flow.
Exactly. Not to mention the fact
that
they're setting up that this cat is seeing this vision, which is kind of crazy in itself. The cat doesn't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. So then Drew Barrymore, she shows up as James Woods' daughter in Quitters Incorporated.
In a black and white photo, so it implies I don't know, is she dead? I don't know what's going on here.
Because
she was just a ghost in the fucking mannequin
at the school.
Right.
But she's got a wig on, a very convincing wig. And then in the ledge, she's on the TV. She's was it a commercial?
I didn't remember seeing her in the ledge.
Yeah.
Is she in the dead zone when they're watching the dead zone?
No, the dead zone appears in Quitters Inc. James Woods is watching the dead zone.
Okay, you're right.
But in the ledge, I believe it's at the I can't remember what point it is, but she's on the TV in a commercial that plays, and then the camera sort of pans away from the TV. And then obviously
But when we're up at the rich guy's place, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. Maybe I wrote it down.
Okay. That's all right.
Oh, no, it's the beginning of the ledge. Because I wrote down the ledge. Cat vision on TV. So the cat sees the TV in the window of another store. And then she shows up again and is like, "Go find me."
Oh.
And then
before the crossing of the street scene.
Yes, and then we meet Mr. Kresner outside the hotel before they bet on the cat's life.
Gotcha.
Any more thoughts on Drew Barrymore before we move on from Drew Barrymore?
She's lovely.
Yeah,
I don't watch her talk show, but she's lovely. I'm very happy she has one and that she's doing well.
Yeah.
We've established that she is indeed doing well, right?
Yes, we've established that, as well as talked about many other actors along her journey. All right, Quitters Inc. James Woods.
I feel like the audience keeps us moving it along when we have the live chat.
James Woods is Dick Morrison. He is trying to quit smoking, and this is a new technique, a business that has started up to help you quit smoking in a very twisted way. James Woods,
pretty hardcore.
I know him obviously first and foremost as the voice of Hades from Hercules. That's how that voice is so iconic to me growing up. But then I also do love him in the David Cronenberg movie Videodrome, which is very strange
in particular movie. This opening segment kind of reminded me of Videodrome, where like he wasn't sure what was going on with him and he was getting all paranoid and everything.
Yeah. Yoko, you seen Videodrome?
I have not.
It's
Hercules.
A wild one. wild movie.
Yeah.
Again, I thought this beginning was the beginning of a 90-minute movie. So I was like really in, and I thought to myself, wow, I can't believe I've never seen this movie because I'm going to love it. It starts so strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, James Woods is kind of a little bit complicated now. He's kind of
he was complicated then.
I mean, now he's
always been complicated. He's always been controversial.
Very he's kind of on the wrong side of history now on a couple of things. I think the best way to describe it is in Family Guy. They no longer have James Woods on the show, and the high school in Family Guy used to be named after James Woods. And then after Adam West died, they used that as an opportunity to change the name of the school. So now it's Adam West High School, not James Woods High anymore, because of his political ideologies was not aligning with a lot of people on Family Guy. So, yeah.
I didn't know it was politics. He was also kind of a dick all the time to pretty much everybody, but he also sort of owned that reputation. So it was sort of like understandable.
Yeah.
It became really culturally acceptable to be a dick.
Yeah. He's really good in this opening segment. And I think that it's the strongest segment in this movie.
Yeah.
I think it is like worth watching this segment at least for sure. Like,
and then you can turn it off.
Twilight Zone, you would love it. Totally.
Exactly.
If this were a Tales from the Dark Side or something like that.
Yes. And I said it at the top of the show, but this is a classic Stephen King twist where it's just like something so mundane as like, I gotta find a way to quit smoking. Well, how does a business function on getting people to quit smoking? They take it to the darkest places with torturing and eventually mutilating your loved ones, right? Using your loved ones against you to help you quit smoking.
Did that whole thing feel like The Game to anybody? The Michael Douglas The Game movie? That whole segment to me felt like it because he was playing in something bigger than he realized.
Yeah, I definitely see the connections, and there's your full length movie version. You know, you can go watch the game.
The Game.
I've seen that one actually.
Yeah, classic David Fincher
that's a good
movie.
One.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Alan King is also in this segment. He is the guy who runs Quitters Incorporated and is in the office. Dr. Vinny Donati. I mean, do you want
Dr. Vinny Boombatz?
Do you want to speak to Alan King? I have a couple facts, but I'm curious what your thoughts, Jay, and on Alan King are.
He's just a comedy legend. You know, you wouldn't know that from watching him in films because he's such a good actor. But he's a comedy, and like not as far back as vaudeville, but like the Vegas, the Rat Pack guys, all of that. He is very high, in the pyramid of all of those guys, the Rat Pack and Sinatra. Yeah. He would perform with them all the time. Tom Dreesen, who just passed away a week or so ago, was longtime Sinatra's favorite comedian guy that would always go on the road with him, and he's been a guest here on Playside a few times and was a really, really great friend over the years. He had so many great stories to talk, about Alan King and Sinatra, and just, I think he's just a legend. I mean, even if you don't like him, you kind of know who he is. Oh, that guy. Oh, right. He's famous. He's big.
Yeah.
My grandparents loved him, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he was a stand-up comedian and a frequent guest and guest host on not only the Ed Sullivan Show, but also the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. And I wrote this down. He appeared on Johnny Carson 113 times.
Wow.
On the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Ends up, he's in Casino, the Scorsese film, Rush Hour 2, and hosted the 1972 Oscars, which I didn't know. I learned that. But he was great. He was I thought he was like fantastic, and he is a kind of talking about it for some reason, like he's scary, but I can't believe he's a stand-up comedian.
Well, but that's just it. So in Casino, he was the same thing, right? He always sort of plays this power figure.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he has the gravitas to play a power figure, I think, again, because of where he comes from and who's always stood behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked him. I like when he smashes the cigarettes on the desk. Stuff like that. You're like, you just got to do it, man. Like that's acting. You just got to really give it your all, and it looks so good on camera.
For me, it's when the wife is getting all electrocuted. And her hair gets all whatever, and he's freaking out, and you're like, you fucking did this, buddy. Don't blame me.
So watching it for the first time, one of my favorite things upon realizing where the story went in Quitters Incorporated is when James Wood first walks into his office and he says, like, oh, you have a young daughter. You left where she goes to school blank. And then James Woods is like, well, I don't see where my daughter goes to school has anything to do with quitting smoking. And then he doesn't give us an answer. He doesn't even really say anything. They kind of move on to, furthering the conversation about the program. But that is a moment that upon realizing where the story goes, you go, oh my God, like it's so dark that he's like, oh, you left this, the name of the school blank, making it more difficult for him in the future, knowing that all these people screw up eventually and they're going to have to go and take.
And then he knows people are following him. And what does he do? He goes right to the school.
Yes, exactly. And then Alan King himself, the CEO of Quitters Incorporated, shows up. Mm-hmm. The only other person in that sort of segment that I want to shout out is Tony Mafuno, and that is the guy that is following James Wood. He's the guy that picks up the cat at the very beginning. You're gonna save a trip to the pound. He's the guy that when the cat escapes says like fiddly sticks. He does when out
of the office. He's like, "Don't get the gun, not the cat." He does.
Yes.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
He's the guy who's in the car on the highway that ends up catching James Wood smoking that cigarette.
Triumph, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That guy is Sylvester Stallone's bodyguard. Is an associate producer on a bunch of Stallone films: Cobra, Over the Top, Rambo 3, Rocky 5, Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, and Judge Dredd. So how he ended up in this movie, don't really know, but just one of the things I learned about him is
he also doesn't strike me as the look or physical type to match Sylvester Stallone. Am I the only one?
But he's tall. He's a big guy, and Sylvester Stallone is famously shorter than you think he is.
Yeah.
I've stood next to him. He's really fucking short, but that's kind of my point. Like, how does this guy who is not the same fit, like, how does he double Stallone?
Bodyguard,
not body double.
Bodyguard. Sorry. I was thinking stunt double. You said bodyguard. In my head, I read stunt double. Sorry.
Yeah, your wheels were turning. You're like, that doesn't make sense.
It did not drive at all. I go, guys, not possible.
That doesn't work.
Does not compute.
Yeah, it's all about the mass. You know that episode of It's Always Sunny when they want to find their doppelgangers and Mac finds like the biggest guy, and then that's when Mac gets fat. Because Mac tries to match his body weight, so he eats all those burgers to get the same body weight as his doppelganger.
He really did do that too. That crazy guy.
Did. Famously.
He did it over break. He did it healthily by eating chicken breasts and stuff like that, like healthy foods, but such a high calorie intake.
And donuts.
He did say donuts too. Yeah. Crazy.
Rob McElhenney, one of our greatest actors out there. He's really putting in the work.
He was great on Lost.
I'm not a Lost guy. I never watched it.
It surprises me because I think you'd love it, except that it might be past its time for you. You might find it like it was really groundbreaking at the time, but it might be hokey now. I don't know. I feel like it's the kind of show where you had to be there when it was happening. On the wave. Yeah.
For me, the only reason I've never gotten into it is because it's just too daunting now. Like it's a big time commitment.
The first season is like 27 episodes or something. It's way too much.
And I know that it goes nowhere, right? It's not but I mean, in terms of like TV, they really stretch things out, right? Like it's when you're in the moment, when it's live, every week, your new episode's coming out, things are happening. You're like, oh yeah. But after the fact, how do I sit and watch 27 episodes going like, all right, like, where are we going to go with this? And how many seasons in until I get an answer on this little thing?
What you're describing is not an uncommon problem in today's standards of viewing and media. But, it does. I wonder if there's a fix possible where if, the same way that Mitch Hurwitz recut his final season of Arrested Development so that it actually was more like the Arrested Development that we all know and like. I wonder if there's a way to like condense 27 episodes of Lost season 1 into like 6 or 8 without losing too much, and then make it like a palatable binging. I don't know. Who the hell has time to watch 100 and something hours of Lost for 6 seasons or any show for that matter?
Yeah. I mean, a couple of years ago, I strapped in and I rewatched all, 16 or 17 seasons of CSI. That was...
No, you did not.
I did.
That was my old CSI. Show. I know. On that show. Was it Vegas, the first one?
Oh, yeah. I watched it all.
Worked on the first season.
I know that. This is before I even knew who you were. But I strapped in and I was like, I'm going to watch it all. And I watched every single episode all the way through the original cast to the Elizabeth Shue and the Ted Dansons and the Lawrence Fishburnes.
So when they brought the original cast back?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Dude, that's commitment.
That was an undertaking. That was crazy.
That would be like doing Law and Order to me.
Yeah.
It'd be like, let's just start from the beginning. Like, what? They're court cases.
This is like anywhere. This is 45-minute episodes, 20 plus episodes a season. I can't remember what it is.
Identical. They're all procedurals.
They're all procedurals. Exactly yes.
The same.
Yes.
Oh my God. That was.
Like, how long did it take you?
Months, Yoko. Months. And I was going hard. Like, I will go through phases where I don't watch a lot of movies because I'm like so into so many TV shows, and I feel like I don't have time to watch movies because I got all these shows I'm going to watch. And I remember that rewatch of CSI, I hardly watched any movies. It was every chance I had to sit down and watch something, I was watching 2 episodes of CSI.
Wow.
Just because you just decided to do it, right? Like no one put you up to it. You just decided to do it.
I just decided to do it. And I think it was because all of it is on one of the streaming services. I think it's like Paramount Plus or something. And I had Paramount Plus, and it must have come up. Oh, maybe it was when because they brought back CSI Vegas a couple of years ago. They tried. I think they ended up doing 2 seasons of it. They brought back Catherine, and then a bunch of new cast. And I think it was when I was watching that, when that came back out, I was like, oh yeah, I used to love CSI. I don't know if I've told this story on this show already, but like I used to watch CSI weekly with my grandma. We would
no way.
We would watch CSI together. And that was like all like, first, second season type stuff, like early days of CSI, Jay's season of CSI. And I've just always loved those characters. I love Gil Grissom, Catherine, Nick, Sarah, Warwick. I love all those characters. And so, yeah, I think starting that new show was just like, I think maybe I'll go back and watch it. Oh, and the other side of it is I had never seen the Ted Danson, Elizabeth Shue seasons. Most of the main cast is gone. And I was like,
I heard they were good, but I never saw it.
I love Elizabeth Shue and I love Ted Danson. So it can't be that bad. And it wasn't.
Right.
It's like fine. It's fine television. It's good.
Again, it's the procedure that people are watching. You can kind of intercut the people. Yeah. I had a good run there for episodic television for a bit. I left Jerry Bruckheimer on that show to go to Dick Wolf to do Arrest and Trial, and left that to go to David E. Kelly to do The Practice and stuff. And it seemed like all of those procedurals it was just, we have the formula. It's like Mad Libs. They just plug in a different, premise each week.
Yeah.
So to that point, like it kind of doesn't. Yeah, you almost could substitute anybody that's decent, right?
Well, and CSI was like, okay, what sort of like group of people can this murder happen around, right?
Yeah,
a convention circuit, people living out in the desert, a religious grouping of people. Like they were just like identifying groups of people and then formulating a mystery and a murder out of that group of people. I enjoyed it. I had so much fun, and clearly like I did it. I don't even remember how many it is, but it's up there. It's like 15 to 17 seasons of CSI.
Network television, like at least 22 a pop.
At least, yes. It was wild. 45 minutes per episode.
Good stuff, man. You're committed.
Okay. Back to the show. Quitters Incorporated. Really, really strong. Like really, really great.
I didn't want it to be over. I was bummed once I figured out that that wasn't coming back.
And the cigarette party is such a great like cut to that like work party or whatever, and the haze is in the room and everybody's smoking.
Did anything stand out to you in that exact moment you're talking about? That little montage of we just got to the smoking party. Something just stuck out at me that I watched it back a couple times to see if it was just me.
Is it a visual thing or an audio thing that you're thinking of?
Visual.
Okay. I was more distracted by the audio choice of the song because it was like...
I have that too. It was so the police. They paid for the fucking police.
I'll be
watching you.
A cover.
Well, still, but they still have to pay for it.
But yeah, every breath you take, which I think is funny because they're smoking cigarettes. Every move you make, I'll be watching you.
It's both. It's perfect.
It's all on the nose. Yes.
And then it was at the end.
Use that song.
Yes, correct. And then the record. The record. Well, they paid for the song. They gotta get their money.
That was my note. Right? I go, if you pay for it, well, may as well use it. That's amazing.
But they actually couldn't afford.
I go, more Sting. Well, we paid for it.
They couldn't afford Sting, so they got the rights to the song and had a cover in the movie. But what was the visual thing that you were talking about?
It was awkward, but let me find out how I described it. I can tell you the visual. The visual, it was just a very odd choice of editorial. I don't know who did it. I don't know if it's on purpose, but it's too weird to not be on purpose. Everyone's lighting each other's cigarettes. This is the very beginning of that montage. It's maybe the first one or two shots once we're inside the party. And they show a little person lighting a woman's cigarette. Little man in a suit. Little person, smaller man. I don't know how you describe that. Little person, male little person in a suit, blue tie, stripes, lighting a cigarette. And then they literally wipe frame, and it's now a full-size shaped man with the exact same look, same facial hair, same everything. And now it's a different woman, and we're on to a different thing. I guess I don't care that they showed a little person or a big person. It was odd that you went from two people that look alike in like literally one frame to the next.
How
you don't know what I'm talking about.
How did
I don't remember that.
Clock this.
You do remember it?
I don't.
I don't. Mm-mm.
Ah, crap. Terrible. Now I look like a guy who's spotting little people.
I remember there's like kids that are smoking at the party. Isn't that a bit?
I remember the
Trust
kids.
me, the guy has they're both adults.
Let's see.
Now I'm so embarrassed about this. Like, why would Jay bring that up?
I'm so curious now. Let's see. Luckily, I found a version online that I sent to Yoko.
Yeah, that was great.
I'll take a picture.
I'm gonna find it too. Turn my volume down. This is
it's right when we get to the party.
Oh man, this is making great radio.
Oh.
Well.
Are we sure everyone just didn't look like that then?
Well, yeah, it could be, but it's still odd to me. So with the way that we're zooming in, ready for this? The way that we're zooming in.
Okay.
And so they're two different guys.
Yeah.
But look at this, but they make it seem like it's not. There we go. There's one. There's two. Two different guys. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. But it's still awkward to me. Why not separate those two frames?
You know what? I think
it's like worse than a jump cut.
I think they are different people. I mean that they're different actors.
One's an adult.
I think they're wearing different ties.
Well, here's the thing. I've looked at that, but they actually, the second one is tight enough that you can't actually tell.
I can tell just briefly because the little person's tie has black on the top and blue, and then the guy with the mustache, he's got just all blue on the top.
But I know they're different people. But my argument is like, why would you even put they?
It's just an odd choice.
It certainly took me out of the moment. Yes.
I see what you're saying now. What you're saying
it's an editorial complaint.
It makes it feel like it's supposed to be the same character.
It makes
different.
It makes me feel like, did I miss something there? Why was that so?
Yes.
And now I'm looking at something that should just be on the way to something else.
I see. Yeah. So everybody's.
I know that's a weird one. That may be the weirdest thing I've ever brought up as an observation on this show. I apologize, Yoko.
But now that you've explained it, and I've seen it, and you've shown everybody, it does make sense. It's also like the placement of a similarly white man with a mustache in a collared shirt with a tie, both being on the right side of the frame.
Yes.
Yeah. And
he lit a cigarette, and the next one is
yes.
It's like it's implied that that's the same. So why not just separate it?
Yeah.
Put a picture of a girl in there somehow to just separate it.
Or switch them around. The guy lighting the cigar goes in the middle of those two shots, right?
Problem solved.
To break it up, right?
Yes. God, if only we directed and edited every movie ever made. From 1985.
I liked this sequence a lot. I thought it was like so. It's just like funny to me that he's at this party and everybody is smoking, down to the kids. There's those two kids that are at the punch bowl.
Well, but they're not really. He thinks they are. That's in his head.
Yes, I know.
He wants it so bad, right?
It's such a great visual, and then that guy is smoking all the cigarettes.
And that guy, James Reborn, became so famous from so many things.
Yes,
I think of Independence Day. He's the dick fucking defense guy, and then he's Homeland's Carrie's dad in Homeland.
Yeah,
with
a film we've brought up tonight already, He's in The Game.
Oh my God, he's the guy.
He's
from
in
The
David
Game.
Fincher's
Yes.
The Game. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the guy from The Firm, right? That
yes.
he goes and sees.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. One of
Good
those
job.
just those character actors that just is in so much stuff, and you like, I know that guy. I know that face.
So good.
Yeah, James Reborn.
Once he was in like 3 or 4 things that I really liked, I finally learned his name. Because nobody knows his name.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I ever saw him with dark hair. I've only ever known him with that silver hair that he, had the last 30 years.
Yeah. I'm thinking of
he's dead, right? Didn't he die? He died, I think, during Homeland. And I think they wrote him off the show in the same way, I think.
What's his name? Is it Stephen Tobolowsky from Groundhog's Day?
Yeah, and I know him, but he's not in this, is he?
No. I'm just saying he's another one of those guys that up until a certain point, you're like, hey, I know that guy, but nobody knows his name.
Yeah, right? Perfect character actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
I know that guy. I've seen him in everything. And eventually you're like, I need to learn his name because he delivers every single time I see him.
Every single time. Money in the Bank. To Brandon's point, if anybody, I didn't let him finish, but from Groundhog Day, he played Ned Ryerson. If you don't know his real name, he's Ned Ryerson from Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And then know him from every movie ever.
He's also the lieutenant in Spaceballs, and one of my favorite jokes in Spaceballs when they capture the crew, and he's kind of monologuing, and then it's revealed that they've caught their stunt doubles, and he's the lieutenant. He's like, "That's their stunt doubles, you idiot!" Great bit.
That's awesome. I'm waiting until the second one is available, and then I'm going to watch the first one over again, and then go right into the second one.
But you've seen it, right?
Oh yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, my whole life. I saw it before Star Wars, so I didn't get all of the references.
Have you seen Spaceballs?
I thought it was just a funny movie.
I have not.
Really? There's a new one coming out.
You might like some of the jokes in it because it's all about Star Wars. Like it is a parody of Star Wars, but there's some like really funny jokes about like the merchandising. And like Rick Moranis from like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and what else?
John
iconic,
Candy, man.
Yeah, John Candy as Barf. But yeah, I don't know. I love it, but again, I love comedy so much. But you might get.
I don't know a single person who doesn't like that movie, though. Like, I don't know anyone who's seen it then or now that doesn't go like, "Oh, yeah, that's very funny and entertaining."
Yeah,
I should.
Well,
I should watch it.
Yeah, especially with like Yoko's love for Star Wars in general. Like, realistically, like you are the prime audience for making a movie that makes fun of like of Star Wars and the tropes and. Like
and beyond that, they make fun of the marketing and the branding and the merchandising and everything in your background there.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a sequel coming out. Spaceballs is 1987, so we're what is that? 40 years later, they're putting the sequel out, and the sequel, Yoko, is like a parody of the new Skywalker saga, right? Is
that what they're doing?
That's the what Rey? The Rey, because the first promo image they put out is a black and white photo of a table reading of the script, and they parodied the original black and white photo that J.J. Abrams put out when the whole cast was sitting around reading Force Awakens. And so the first official image of the cast for Spaceballs 2, they parodied that Force Awakens image in black and white. So I have high hopes. Yeah.
When I do see it, I'm not going to get any of these references either because I haven't seen all of the new Star Wars. So it'll be the same problem all over again. That's
hilarious. You got some homework to do, Jay. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. All right.
Because
I like the first one. I saw that Force Awakens. I saw that.
And I think what a big part of it will be is like the sort of like the continuing of the saga, like the business side of like Disney owning Star Wars and making their own movies, right?
Yeah.
That will be a through line, the same way that the original Spaceballs has the through line of merchandising, Spaceballs the t-shirt, Spaceballs the lunchbox. I think
I haven't seen it yet.
I know. But it's fun. It's I love it. I've always loved it.
Oh yeah.
And let me quickly check, are any of the actors from Spaceballs in Stephen King's Cat's Eye? No. Let's move on.
I bet there's somebody. I bet we could find somebody if we worked hard enough.
I don't think there's anybody. Because this is actually a relatively small cast. Every short story really only has maybe 5 or 6
2 or 3 characters
actors.
really.
Yeah.
Was this a theatrical release?
Yes.
It was.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I posted the trailers and the TV spots, and no trailers really tell you that it's an anthology movie.
Yeah.
Right?
That would be surprising.
Yeah. And even Louis Teague on the commentary, he talks about how hard it is to do an anthology movie because of exactly what Jay has been talking about, is like you get to know these characters, you go, okay, this is the story I'm following, okay, this is our lead characters, our main character, okay, there's his wife, oh, this is the situation, and then the story ends, and then you're like, oh, now I have to learn more characters, like, okay, what's their connection?
It's too much world building.
Yes, it's world building and then world building and then world building, whereas what you kind of want is the world building, and then you get to play in that world until
live in the story. Exactly.
Yes, exactly. So you're having to do work.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I just wish the movie ended at 40 minutes or whenever the first one was over, because like that was my favorite one, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was like, ooh, airplane with buses. And then it wasn't that at all either with the next one.
Did you think it was airplane with buses because of Robert Hayes? Is that what you thought was going to happen?
And the Trans World Airlines or whatever the bus line was. Yeah. That's how it started.
Oh, is that what it was? I see.
It started at a bus station, just like the movie.
Yes. I see.
With the cab and the airport.
Yeah. Well,
and
then
there was a girl, and there's a story, and we're going away, and there's a whole thing, and it just felt like it was even shot similarly. I missed the music in the background. That was it.
Let's talk about the ledge then. So our next story is the cat ends up in Atlantic City. Yeah. And we meet Mr. Kressner. He's a high-rolling casino owner. Maybe has some sort of mob connections. You know, he's wheeling and dealing and implying that a situation is being dealt with, right? And then they
actually, once the bet is done, he goes, "You go take care of him." Is that why you're saying that?
Yeah, like something's going on. But we see the cat, our cat connection across the street, and they make a bet to whether the cat is going to live or die running across the street. The effect of that cat running across the street is it looks real. It really looks like these car crashes are happening.
I wrote that. Well, the car crashes are happening. That's my note. The question is, was the cat really running in front of them? Because it didn't look like a composite. It didn't look like a green screen. It didn't look like rear projection. It looked like they released a cat that was afraid of a car crash.
I wondered about the cat in the electrocution room too.
Okay, I'll talk about both because we forgot to talk about it in Quitters Incorporated. So for the ledge, it is a composite shot. It is a stitched shot of a car crash happening separately, and then there is a matte line and the cat running across the bottom of the frame. So it is not happening. Yes, it's very well done. It is not happening at the same time. The cat is safe. In regards to the cat being in the electrocution room, the way that they achieved that effect is they actually used compressed air under the floor. So they have a little nozzle under the floor with compressed air, and that's what's scaring the cat to like jump up. Even though there is sparks happening, it's not electrocution.
It's not burning him. Yeah,
it's not burning him. Yes.
There's so many things that we did back in the day that Humane Society would simply not allow today. Like you could never do that today. They just wouldn't allow it. You're going to traumatize the cat with the air cannon or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually a really great moment because I want to talk about somebody else. I was going to talk about it a little bit later, but let's talk about the animal trainer on this film because they used 12 different cats for Cat's Eye.
I was wondering that too. Yeah.
They were all trained by a man named Carl Miller. Now, in the commentary, Louis Teague talks about how Carl Miller seemed to have a psychic link with animals because he was able to get these animals to do incredible things. And it is kind of true. Even in this movie, there's like simple things that the cat does. Like even when in the third story, when the cat is trying to get into the house, the way it like looks through the window and like paws at the glass, all of those little things. It's like I just don't understand how you get cats, especially to do that kind of stuff.
To do anything.
They're notoriously like, they do not listen. That's what cats are known for. But apparently Carl Miller had this connection with animals because he even trained the pigeon that pecks at Robert Hayes's ankle on the ledge.
That's crazy.
Carl Miller goes on to train all of the animals for 1995's Babe and 1998's Babe, Pig in the City, which that is an incredible feat to train all of those pigs to do the things that they do in Babe. Because if people don't know, in Babe, if people haven't seen Babe, it's a pig that thinks it's a sheepdog and is able to herd sheep, ultimately going to a sheep herding competition. And Carl Miller, yes. Have you not seen Babe?
Like, have people not seen Babe?
I always kind of thought it was a Charlotte's Web sort of thing.
Oh my God.
I've seen that a bunch. So I know everyone loves it. I know I need to see it.
So Babe 95 is written by George Miller. We talked about this on the Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome episode. And then George Miller goes on to direct Babe, Pig in the City. Babe, Pig in the City is the most batshit crazy movie in the world. I cannot even begin to describe to people how insane the movie Babe, Pig in the City is. Just go and watch it. It is a wild fucking ride. But
what
Babe,
the fuck? Literally nobody has ever said that. I've never heard it described that way. I would have seen it that opening weekend if you were doing the fucking.
But that's the sequel. So not to make this a Babe episode. So okay.
There's Babe and Babe in the City, right?
Yes, there's two Babe.
I thought
movies.
It was Babe. Okay, I thought it was the same thing with a colon.
So there's
or something.
Babe,
okay, got it.
1995, which is a heartwarming movie about the
Yoko's
connection
like, what the
of
fuck
a farmer.
Babe is what I should have been watching in 6th grade class.
Exactly, they should have put on Babe, not Cat's Eye.
Wow.
So Babe is a pig that grows up with sheepdogs and then wants to be a sheepdog and herds sheep. His owner takes him to a sheep herding competition and everybody laughs him off at first. But the amazing thing about Babe is that this pig, they actually taught pigs to become sheep herders. And the final sequence of the movie is astounding because it really happened. They actually were able to train this pig to herd sheep into this specific competitive pen area, not to mention all the other animals that appear through the movie. Yes, there is some animatronics to get specific shots, but for the most part is a lot of trained animals. Now, that Babe 1995, the first one, is very straightforward. Written by George Miller. It became such a successful movie. I'm blanking on the actual director's name right now, but it was his first movie. He got an Academy Award nomination for it. And then George Miller got jealous. Apparently there was high tensions on set of the original Babe 1995. So when the opportunity to do a sequel came about in 1998, George Miller was like, I'm writing and directing this one. And that's Chris what Noonan? Makes... Yes, yeah, for the original Babe. That's what makes Babe, Pig in the City a wild movie, because the guy who does the Mad Max movies was like, I'm going to direct this Babe movie. And it is a bonkers movie. It is so much fun to watch. It is not a good movie, but it is so much fun to watch. And it is just yeah, I it's crazy. It's crazy. I can't even describe it any other way.
Well, I remember E.G. Daily does she's Babe. Oh, that's funny. I know her too. She was in Pee-wee. Babe is Dottie from Pee-wee.
Yes, but I believe only in Babe Pig in the City. It's a different voice actor in the first Babe. Or
I clicked on the wrong one. Maybe you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
Yeah,
you're right. Christine Cavanaugh in the first one.
So much fun though. I mean, I Babe is a movie that I grew up watching and I absolutely loved. But Babe Pig in the City is a trip. Wild. Have you seen Babe Pig in the City, Yoko?
I don't know if I have, because nothing that you're saying sounds familiar. I had no idea there was so much drama around Babe. Oh my gosh.
This is my double double feature Blu-ray. Yeah. Babe and Babe Pig in the City.
That seems like a good buy. Babe is classic though.
Let's see. I don't know if this will actually show up, but here is a screenshot from Babe Pig in the City. See if it'll focus. That is Babe wearing a spiked collar and a dog with a little wheel and a monkey.
And Marcel,
I saw that one.
Yeah. And then on the right, that's more what the speed of Babe is a lovely little story between a farmer and his wife and a sheep herding pig. Oh man.
Brandon, our mutual friend Paul Sun Young Lee just liked your Blockbuster reel that we're moving to Thursdays. I just went on Instagram for a second. He was the notification.
Yoko's friend as well.
Oh, that's right. Of course.
Yeah, Yoko's. We're all part of that group.
The Paltourage.
The Paltourage. That's right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
I don't even know much about Star Wars, but what a nice guy he is.
He's the best. Because he's Canadian.
Oh, Yoko,
how did we get to Babe?
I don't remember.
James Cromwell
Animal
also
Trainer.
Not in this movie.
Carl Miller, the animal trainer.
Yeah, that's right.
Crazy.
Sorry, did you ask me where I am?
Yeah,
where I am? I'm in the Seattle area. Yeah.
Okay. So we're all in the same time zone.
So all of that came out of talking about the animal training and the matte shot for the car crash, all to lead to the edge. So Mr. Kresner, he is having this little problem and he sends his goons out to go after Robert Hayes, who we find out is putting a woman on the bus. They're clearly, they have a love connection, but she, as we learn, is actually Mr. Kresner's wife. And so the two Kresner goons pick him up. And Jay, did you recognize those guys? Either of them?
I don't know if I noticed.
Okay, so the white guy is Mike Starr. He plays Ducky in this film, but he's probably most known to people as Joe from Dumb and Dumber. He's the guy who is...
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man,
yes.
He's been in tons of stuff, that guy.
Yes.
Now I know what you're talking about.
And then other people might know him for his one episode appearance on, we've talked about him tonight, Steve Carell's The Office. If people remember the episode where the insurance salesman comes to sell Michael insurance and Andy and Dwight convince Michael that this guy is part of the mob because he has like a vague sort of like New York accent. And Andy and Dwight just tell Michael that it's a scam. This guy's part of the mob.
Yoko, did you ever watch The Office?
I did, but I don't remember that episode.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. You never seen The Office?
Any at all?
No. No. One of the best episodes of Late Night Playset is Rainn Wilson on the show and us stumbling over that fact quite a bit. It comes up a lot, and I don't get it.
I think I'm probably on my 500th or 600th rewatch of The Office now.
Yeah, I bought it after he was here. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I bought it on Apple TV, and I put it on, and I can't get past the first couple episodes because those are the same as the British Office, which I did love first. So like I need to like start with season 2 or something, and then just go from there.
Yeah, I don't. I put on season 3 when I rewatch The Office.
Really?
But I have. Oh yeah, I have seen all the episodes, but when I rewatch it, which I'm currently doing now, that's what I put on when I go to bed. Is I put on The Office till I fall asleep.
Okay.
When I do the rewatch, I don't start till season 3 or even season 4 sometimes.
Whoa.
Just because they're like, it's not that.
But there's 10 or 11
episodes.
seasons, right? There's a whole bunch.
Nine seasons.
9. Okay.
And Steve Carell leaves, I think, season 7. I think there's 2 seasons without Steve Carell at the end.
Yep.
But yeah,
I watched it when it was on. I never rewatched it.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it when it was actually on. Yeah.
For me, the guy you're talking about, the white guy, was from Funny Farm. Do you remember Funny Farm with Chevy Chase?
I've never seen Funny Farm. That's one of those Chevy Chases I've never seen. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you do, you'll love it because it's adorable. It was one of Nicole's favorites. But anyway, he's in that. Did you ever see Funny Farm, Yoko?
I don't. Well,
it's probably like late 80s Chevy Chase.
What is it about? Movie. What is it about though?
He's a writer. You're terrible. You haven't even seen it.
I know the cover. He's driving a little tractor.
He is a writer or a publisher, whatever. He worked in Manhattan, and he and his wife are trying to move out to the sticks and try to cut it there. And everyone in their life like, you're never gonna make it. You'll be back. And they go out, and he's trying to write, and whatever. All of the antics ensue. He gets writer's block. You know, they're living in the it's Country Mouse, basically. City Mouse, Country Mouse story.
Yeah.
But it's very funny and cute, and this guy is in it, and other people know what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, I'll have to put it on my list. It's because I don't own it.
You'll like it. It's enjoyable.
I've never.
It's also where Yellow Car got its name, because there's a dog in it that they name Yellow Dog.
Oh, funny! I did not know that. Yeah, and then the other guy is just Charles Dutton. He's an actor.
Oh, it is.
Stuff. Yeah,
I've worked with him. The Rock.
Okay. I really only know him from Alien 3 is the only thing that I know Charles Dutton from.
He used to have his own sitcom called Rock.
Again, like crazy connections. We've been talking a lot about The Game, which is a David Fincher movie, and Alien 3 is famously directed by David Fincher, though 20th Century Fox took the movie away from him. One of his first big studio jobs from his music video career. Gets to direct the third Alien movie.
Is that the one with the basketball shot?
Yes.
That's all I remember about it.
Is that
where she makes a basketball shot like over her head or whatever, and the ball leaves frame because of how it was framed, but she actually made the shot.
I think that might be Resurrection.
That sounds right. So I never saw Alien 3.
Alien 3 is Charles Dance, and it's the dog alien.
Oh, no. Skipped it.
Yeah.
I must have gone right from Aliens to Resurrection.
It's one of those movies that like famously like messes with the canon because Aliens ends with like this like wonderful, Ripley has saved Newt, the little girl, and they get on that space shuttle, and then Aliens 3 opens up with like Ripley crash landing and the little girl is dead. Like she's dead in the space pod. So you're like, cool.
What was all that for?
Yeah, the entirety of the other movie, all of the feelings that we feel from Aliens and this character we love, this little girl Newt, all of a sudden it's just like, oh, she died in the crash landing. Cool.
Cocoon 2 undoes all the good of Cocoon 1.
Undoes all the good.
It's a Brandon quote. That's a Brandon quote.
Okay, so The Ledge is essentially Robert Hayes from Airplane, who we actually didn't even really talk about. But Robert Hayes, I think most famous probably from Airplane. I learned in my research that he's actually the voice of Iron Man in the Marvel animated series, as well as he plays Iron Man in the animated Spider-Man series in like the 90s, which I watched those cartoons, had no idea that was Robert Hayes. But Robert Hayes is caught. He's having an affair technically with Mr. Kresner's wife. He gets brought to the apartment and Mr. Kresner makes him a deal. If he can walk on the ledge around the entirety of the apartment building, he can have his wife. Hey, it's a cat's eye.
Look at this. Oh boy.
Who's that?
This is Larry.
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 Yeah.
Is that cat protecting you, Yoko? Is it seeing visions of you in the window? Has it traveled far to protect you?
This movie was bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, Larry
So
protects
cute.
Yoko every night from trolls in the wall,
does.
from stealing her breath.
Yeah.
So
that.
he makes this deal. He can have the money. He can have the wife. Oh, and I guess he sets him up as well. He puts like heroin or cocaine or something in his car, and he's going to call the cops and set him up, send him to prison. But if he's able to walk the ledge all the way around, he can have the wife, he can have the money, and he can get away scot-free.
By the way, there's some catches. Turns out there's some catches to that.
Turns out,
yeah. In how he
What's in the box?
Yeah, exactly. This is another thing. Like, this to me does feel like classic Stephen King. I mean, this isn't one of the other ones that was based off of an original short story. He kind of just is able to identify, okay, fears of heights are a regular thing. What if we make it sort of like a challenge, right? How can we take someone's fear of heights and make it a challenge or story? And he kind of does that with, like, the only one that comes to mind is like The Long Walk, which is like,
I see what you're saying. So there's like a gamification to people's fears.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Like he's able to do that kind of thing, and I think that's what makes him such a genius as a writer, is he's able to, like you said, gamify our fears in a way. And Robert Hayes does it. He gets pecked by a pigeon, gets the hose sprayed on him on that one rest spot. The horn. Mr. Kresner.
The sign is quite an ordeal.
Yeah, I mean, that's not Mr. Kresner's doing. That's just shoddy workmanship. That sign was not attached properly.
You're right.
Mr. Kresner.
In my mind, he knew that too, but you're right. That's just seems to be happenstance.
Well, and maybe this is Mr. Kresner's building. We don't know too much about him, and maybe
that was. To me, I felt that was the case. It was like if he owns the casino, he owns the. Yeah, in my mind, this was his building.
Yeah, so maybe it's shoddy workmanship. He's got to make his money somewhere. He's undercutting somewhere.
He was planning on replacing that sign anyway.
Exactly. He's changing the logo. He's adapting. It's almost the 90s.
Logo. It's a rebrand.
Yeah. So Mr. Kresner is played by Kenneth McMillan. I really only know him from David Lynch's Dune. He plays Baron Harkonnen, the big gross bad in Lynch's Dune.
Ooh, here it is. Look, he's on the sign right now. Oh gosh, that's it.
Look at that,
man.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
We've lined up.
We caught up.
I don't know if that's actually happened yet. Oh, that's
over.
right. That's right. Because he wanted to find the smokers.
Thank you for saying it that way. Well done. Good friend. You're a good friend.
We talked about this already. This is definitely the weakest of the three stories. It's fine.
I don't know. It's fine. I think the third one's the weakest for me.
I think the third one has
progressively downhill for me.
But the third one has the first effects in it that make it so impressive to me.
Fine, but it's a whole nother thing where it's disjointed from this movie that I spent an hour on. So that third one just goes somewhere else, and I go, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
I go, you're doing something new here that I didn't sign up for.
Yeah. I like the shot of the horn. Did you guys catch that at the end of it when because Robert Hayes makes it all the way around the ledge, and then we find out that there was some caveats to Mr. Kresner's deal, and yes, he does get his wife, but it's just his wife's head in the bag, and
well, that's not the only part they they packaged up for him. He probably gets the whole girl.
Yeah, he probably gets the whole thing. You're right. Only the head rolls out of the bag. But then he forces Mr. Kresner to walk the ledge. And unfortunately, Mr. Kresner is not as agile as Robert Hayes' character. Did you guys catch at the very end that he falls on the horn?
Yeah.
I laughed. I thought it was a great little bit. It's a great bit. I don't know. Like, I don't know what else there is to say about this one. And I think that's probably why I think it's the weakest, is it's just like, it's like so simple, maybe. And I don't really feel the fear in it.
I didn't care
There's
about
nothing
any
supernatural
of the
to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally.
I didn't care about anybody either. You're right. If we cared about Robert Hayes a little bit, then like, we're invested in him making it.
But like, did I care about him? Because he wasn't a great guy either, right? Like, I think they set you up first to think Kresner is a good guy, right? Because he's rooting for the cat.
Yes, and he tells the cat when to do it so that he can make it.
Like he had a connection with the cat. So first you think he's the good guy, and then they flip it so he's not. But I'm not really sure
that either, by the way.
I mean, we also don't even know what their relationship is between him and his wife, and this guy is coming in and taking, his wife. Look, we don't know these characters.
But obviously, he owed money, right? So, like, what that's never a good sign when the guy owes money.
Oh, was that a part of it too?
I think that's why he was.
That's why he was getting money. Yeah, it was either you owe me or I'll pay. It was like a double or nothing kind of deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why he was trying to escape, right? Because he owed him money.
So it wasn't so much. It was like he came up with this whole little game at the top. Back to the ledger.
The ledger.
It's pretty good. She's right.
It's pretty good.
They should have called it the ledger. Robert Hayes as the ledger.
The ledger.
One who ledges.
Yeah. I really don't know what else to say about the legend.
I think we're good.
Yeah. The other thing I did learn about in the commentary is Charles Dutton is one of the goons, and the guy from Dumb and Dumber, he takes Robert Hayes in his car, and then Charles Dutton has to drive Robert Hayes's car, that like white convertible. Yeah, that was the first time that Charles
70
Dutton.
Mustang.
Okay, yeah, the Mustang. That was the first time Charles Dutton ever drove a car. He had never driven a car before. And so they had to do a bunch of takes because he had to basically learn how to drive while driving and parking that car for those shots.
I don't think he drove when we worked with him either. I think we sent a driver to pick him up. I wonder if he still doesn't drive to this day.
Yeah. Louis Teague on the commentary says that was the first time he ever drove a car.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He did a good job. He made it all the way down the ramp and around the corner and into the spot. He did okay.
Yeah, my notes are the small. Like this is, I hardly have anything on this section.
Charles S. Dutton played a judge on The Practice, but like, what's he most famous for people? It can't just be Alien 3. He's been in so many things.
It's the only thing that I was like, oh yeah, I remember him from Alien 3.
Wow. Distinguished Gentleman is an Eddie Murphy movie I loved. He's in.
I've never seen that.
I think you'd like it. It's all about how crooked Washington is. I know. Spoiler alert.
The sets for the ledge were all in camera practical effect. So when they're looking down, it's actually like they call it a hanging miniature. So it's a miniature version of the street below with the cars, driving and parking in their spots, but it's hanging closer to the camera lens, so it appears seamless along the edge of the building when you're looking down. They also built that set 12 or 15 feet in the air. So when you see Robert Hayes walking on the ledge, he is quite high up in the air, and that was so that they could film him from below and get the bottoms of his feet walking on the ledge.
All the ledge work sort of reminded me of Back to the Future too, with the clock tower, the way they were shooting exactly what you talked about.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on The Ledge, and then we'll just roll into The Troll?
No.
Yoko?
No.
Okay.
No.
So our final.
Well, the movie's not that
story...
great, so it's like anything we pick. It's more just like
I know.
Yeah.
So the final story is the general, or the troll story, and
fucking troll story.
We open with, I think, a really cool shot of the troll's POV. You know, going across the street. Very Evil Dead for me.
I don't like it.
You don't like that?
It's I liked it, except it's a misdirection. We think it's the cat, but now all of a sudden the cat sounds like a dog with both the sounds that the animal's making and the jingling of a collar. Sounds like a dog. And it's never really like, oh, okay, the POV is the same as the cat, but it never quite lines up, or at least not at the same time. And it just felt like a big misdirect where they were like, we're not going to tell you what we're doing. We're introducing something new here, but I'm not going to tell you what. And then when it got there, I just was bummed.
It's happening right now. It's behind you again. Yeah. We're lined up again.
It literally is. Wow.
I like it because it's the Evil Dead shot for me. In the Evil Dead movies, when the phrases are said from the Necronomicon Book of the Dead, they do these super cool, fast-moving shots through the forest. So I don't know if it was actually a reference per se, but I put on evil to that. So, and I knew it wasn't the cat because of the noises. So I
thought they just were introducing something new again.
Well, they kind of were. Yeah. So did
the fucking little creature sound like anybody to you?
Sound like anybody? Not specifically.
Yeah. It sounded exactly like Slimer from the real Ghostbusters to me.
I see. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I wonder if the voice actor was the same.
You know what's crazy?
The time period works out.
I think you're right, because I forgot to write this down, but Frank Welker is a credited voice actor.
Him.
Yeah. That is Slimer. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right.
There you go.
Yeah. So there you go. I hear it now. Now that I'm thinking about it, the little yeah, that's totally Slimer.
Was he a Muppet Baby voice too?
So
probably.
Good on you, Yoko.
He's also Scooby-Doo.
Because they had the Muppet balloons in her room.
The balloons. I made the note of that too.
Yes.
The Mylar balloons were Muppet Baby. Good job.
Let's see. He's a massive voice actor.
James Woods. Is this a comedy? The stuff in the waiting room with James Woods.
Oh yeah, Megatron.
To me. Starting to get weird.
Nibbler from Walken. Futurama is Frank Welker as well. That sounds like Nibbler. Okay, so the Troll stars Candy Clark. Candy Clark from American Graffiti. The Man Who Fell to Earth.
The David Bowie movie?
Yeah.
No shit.
She would. Yeah. She's in
That's a
Zodiac.
great movie if anybody hasn't seen it.
She has a small part in David Fincher's Zodiac. David Fincher's coming up a lot on this episode.
Who is she in that? I love that movie.
She works at one of the newspapers. I can't remember if it's the San Francisco Chronicle or one of the other newspapers, but she's a receptionist. And I think she only has one or two scenes, but the scene that I remember is she's one of the people who gets the letter, and she's just like opening up the mail, and then she opens it up and realizes that it's a Zodiac letter, and she kind of freaks out.
Candy what?
Candy Clark. But I believe her character's name is Debbie from American Graffiti. She's the one that's with Toad throughout the whole movie. The one that Toad picks up in Ron Howard's car.
Right.
Yeah. She's also in like a couple episodes of season 3 of Twin Peaks, so I love her for that.
Oh yeah, of course I know her. Sure.
The original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie.
Dude, she's in the new Super Troopers 3, which is coming out soon.
Oh, cool. She's in the remake of The Blob. She's great in that. Blue Thunder.
The 80s one?
Yes.
Blue
88.
Thunder. Roy Scheider. Great movie. Yeah. Great LA movie.
I met her at a car show a couple of years ago. Her and Charles Martin Smith, who plays Toad in American Graffiti, they were there. And she was so lovely. She was absolutely wonderful. She was the best.
Oh, you love to hear that.
Yeah, she was so nice to me. We talked about Twin Peaks, and it made me really happy.
And she's on the original show, right? That you love, the original version?
No, she was on season 3.
Oh, the new one. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. She plays Robert Forrester. Actually, Robert Forrester is the actor from Louis Teague's Alligator. He's really good in this. She plays Robert Forrester's husband on Twin Peaks.
Amazing.
Again, all people. Candy Clark is at least in Cat's Eye, but Robert Forrester is not. But he did work with Louis Teague, the director of this film, so it kind of all connects. And then the husband is played by James Naughton, and the only reason I wrote him down is because looking at his credits, I learned that there is a sequel to Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. It is a TV movie called The Birds 2: Land's End from 1994. And I got to see it. I got to track it down. I got to watch the sequel to Alfred Hitchcock's Birds.
Oh, made for TV.
Made for TV. He also, and I don't remember him in this movie, but this is another movie from my childhood that I watched a lot at my grandma's house. He plays the president in Sinbad's First Kid, where Sinbad is.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, he's the bodyguard for the president's son.
The Secret Service, for the kid.
Yes.
For the kid, yeah.
So James
Who plays
Naughton,
the first kid? I can't remember who the kid is.
I don't remember either, actually.
I want to say it's Mandy Moore, but that's a different movie. She's also a president's kid in a different movie.
Yeah, it's a boy in First Kid. I know that.
I know, but in my mind, it's the kid from Ladybugs and Jonathan Brandis, and it's not him. He's dead. It was somebody else.
I'm assuming it's probably this Brock Pierce.
Oh, maybe it's not somebody we know.
Yeah, he's in the Mighty Ducks movies. It looks like
that's not enough.
Yeah. Okay. I don't recognize his name, but that was one of those movies. Like growing up, I absolutely loved Sinbad. I watched.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this? I love Sinbad too.
I
have an unusual. Nicole used to laugh at this because I have a really unusual. She would think I was making it up, and I'm like, no, I genuinely love Sinbad. I think he's hilarious. I thought he was so. I think he's
so funny. I mean, I sort of alluded to it on our Enemy Mine episode with your friend Phil Morris. I am obsessed with Jingle All the Way. It is legitimately one of my favorite movies, and part of it is because I think Sinbad is so funny in that movie. But just about anything, like even First Kid, growing up watching that movie was just, I thought Sinbad was so great. And I never really watched his stand up. I definitely have seen some of his stand up. I have some of those stand up comedy collections. And I definitely have seen that footage of 90s Sinbad on stage. But
gigantic bright suits and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
I loved his stand-up, but really, I just thought he was so funny in the fucking movies. He was so fun. I didn't watch the TV show A Different World. I didn't know him from that.
No,
like you said,
didn't
First
know that
Kid or
either.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
There were other ones I can't think of too, but so funny.
And then again, we've already talked about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but he has that appearance on that episode of It's Always Sunny when Dennis...
Is it the Christmas episode? It's not the Christmas episode, is it?
I don't know if it's the Christmas episode, but who is it?
He thinks
it's Sinbad and a musician, Rob something. I can't remember the musician's name.
Oh no, it is from. No, you're right. From.
What is it?
Also from the 90s.
Yes.
From Matchbox 20. Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, it's Sinbad and Rob Thomas, and Dennis is having all these visions.
Yes.
Is he in the hospital? Dennis is in the hospital or something.
He thinks so, but he's actually in a homeless shelter or something
like that.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. And Sinbad is so good in it.
Oh my God.
Sinbad, not in Cat's Eye, but
this is amazing. Yoko, you are a saint.
I don't know.
A Seattle saint.
Okay. Maybe it is the pre-recording of it all.
What's going on in your life?
I don't know if it's ever been this bad. Maybe it's the movie. I don't know what it is, but
It's the fact that there's no audience and we're not live. We're like, let's just yammer on.
Maybe. Okay, where were we? Okay, so the troll gets into the house.
I'd like to eat now. How long is this podcast?
The troll gets into the house. There is some weird folk tale about how cats steal breath, and that is what Candy Clark's mother believes, and so that's why the cat can't stay in the house.
Conveniently fucking exposed bullshit.
Yeah, and this is obviously to set up the fact that no, cats don't steal breath. It's actually these weird little trolls that live in your wall. That's where the folktale comes from.
Right. Do they live in your wall or did they sneak in from the neighbor's yard? Like, let's pick a fucking lane here.
Well, I think they sneak around and steal breaths, but they live in the wall.
Well, yes, but in my mind, the wall is some fucking world to a parallel dimension or some troll world or something. They didn't just
which makes the opening shot make less sense, right?
Correct, yeah. Because now we live in a world where there's trolls everywhere. Do they live in the wild or in the walls? Like, pick a fucking lane.
Well, and now that you got me thinking about it, the vision that the cat sees is before the troll has come into Amanda's house and is living in her wall, unless it already is living in her wall.
She was already having the nightmares.
She was.
Right.
Oh,
that's why they had the conversation before it got there. Yeah.
Now, I will say, I do find it kind of terrifying when that little troll plugs Drew Barrymore's nose. There's something about that. Like,
no, that whole scene is creepy. There's a weird, that whole scene was creepy to me.
Yeah.
I was like, why are we having anything happening with this little girl? It's just wrong. You wouldn't have this happen today. It's weird. Get out of bed.
Well, I'm glad you said the troll is gross, Yoko, because the troll is created by Carlos Rambaldi. Carlos Rambaldi, most famously, is the creator of a little guy known as E.T. the Extraterrestrial. In fact, Carlos Rambaldi goes on to win an Academy Award for visual effects for E.T. Carlos Rambaldi also is the werewolf designer for Silver Bullet. He created the original xenomorph head for Ridley Scott's Alien 1979, which he also wins an Academy Award for. Created the aliens for Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I just watched, with the passing of Sam Neill, there was a Sam Neill movie that I had never seen. It's a horror film called Possession from 1981. An absolutely wild, dark, crazy movie. Sam Neill is so good in it, but Carl Rambaldi built this super weird, gross creature in the movie, and it is nasty with a capital N. It's gooey and fleshy and got these like tentacles. Woohoo! It's gross.
She's like, nope. Brandon, I saw that one the other day on sale as well, and I looked at it and I decided not to buy it. Is it worth getting? I did buy some other ones of his on your recommendation.
How into fucked up shit are you?
Not enough anymore. No, I'm good. I've seen enough fucked up shit this year or this life.
It is the story of a couple going through a divorce. And then there's like a possession happens, and there is a weird creature, and Sam Neill is kind of fighting to get his partner back, his wife, the mother of his child. And then you find out that there's been some killings that are happening, and it might be connected to his wife. It's a crazy movie.
I might skip it, but I did really get that other one that you said is your favorite. What was your favorite that you watched? Not Jurassic Park, but it was
In the Mouth of Madness, the John Carpenter.
Yeah, I bought that one.
Movie.
One. Yep.
That movie is so much fun. And
I bought it on your recommendation.
That is a perfect double feature with tonight's episode, because that movie is all about horror writing and publishing world. In fact, Stephen King's name gets dropped in that movie. It's all about the author Sutter Kane writes these incredibly popular horror novels, and he's gone missing. It's so much fun. I love In the Mouth of Madness.
I will report back.
Okay. So yeah, the troll created.
Should I just
by the
go
same
watch
guy.
it now? There's probably time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course. We'll pause here, and then we'll come back after you watch In the Mouth of Madness. So yeah, the troll is created by the same guy who created E.T. And it's a cool design. It was a 4-foot woman who was the performer inside the suit, and you're right about the effects throughout this were great.
Exactly. The force perspective size stuff was great.
All the giant sets that they built. In fact, Cat's Eye held the Guinness World Record for the largest bed ever made. 20 by 40 feet is how big that bed was.
Amazing. So that they could get the scale right for the little
everything. Everything was scaled 25% in order to make the troll appear small. And I love that effect. I mean, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is one of my favorite movies. I love The Incredible Shrinking Woman with Lily Tomlin. I mean, The Incredible Shrinking Man is a classic, black and white. There's just something to me that's so satisfying about like seeing an object bigger or smaller than it is in the real world.
Can you think of the best use of this? The stuff in this was actually pretty good. I will give it credit, that third segment. But can you think of the best use of that type of gag in a movie?
Like force
one comes to mind for me where they shoot it that way. One comes to mind for me that is so stinking good that it still gets me every single time.
Not to sound like a film bro, but yesterday I went to go see The Odyssey in IMAX 70 millimeter as Nolan intended. And Christopher Nolan as Nolan intended, Christopher Nolan uses a forced perspective trick in The Odyssey, which is so cool. It's in the trailer. Matt Damon gets to the island, and there's a bunch of giants on the island, and they have a big sword fight for the giants. Well, the way that they did that is they use forced perspective by all of the giants are played by stunt performers who are 7 feet tall, and all of the Greeks, Matt Damon's stunt double is actually a 4-foot woman. So they got people under 5 feet or even closer to 4 feet tall to be the stunt doubles, and then had all the giants played by people who are at least 7 feet tall, and then they use that forced perspective and make them seem even smaller. It's miraculous, right? So much of the Odyssey is all in camera effects, and I absolutely
I can't believe I asked you the perfect question for yesterday. That's amazing.
Yes, yesterday, yeah.
For me, I would go old movies because I haven't seen The Odyssey. So Poltergeist, that stuff in the hallway after the house is clean and the monster comes back and everything. Some of that stuff, the forced perspective, is really good.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with the Odyssey is because Christopher Nolan is shooting the whole movie on IMAX cameras on film. He has to and wants to go back to the old techniques to do as much in camera as possible, because if you're shooting on film and then you have to process that film and scan it into the computer to then put your digital image or CGI on it and then put it back on film, you are degrading the image, your less quality in it. And when I went to go see the movie the whole thing with the Odyssey, first movie ever shot entirely on IMAX cameras, which means that the aspect ratio doesn't jump back and forth like how most movies have sequences shot on IMAX cameras. And what's so cool about it is that only 41 theaters in the world are playing on this. And the joke is, as Nolan intended, the film bro speak, IMAX 70 millimeter projected actual film. And I just so happen to live near, luckily, one of the theaters that is playing it that way, which is part of the reason why I couldn't get a ticket for the opening weekend. I had to wait until Monday to see the movie. That's how crazy these tickets have been to get. But in my theater in Langley, British Columbia, the manager of the theater came out before the screening and gave a little speech about how special it is that, there's only 41 theaters in the world that can play this movie the way that it was intended to be shown. And he was talking about how the film quality is equivalent to 12K. So our TVs are only at 4K level now, right? That's as high. I mean, there's some specialty TVs that I think are maybe a little bit higher, but the resolution I'm talking about.
You could go up to 8K in a consumer TV these days. However, that's still 4 times what a 4K is. It's not double, it's 4 times because it's diagonal. So this would be 12 times a 4K because of the exponential.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah. But all of that being said, like he's using old school classic Hollywood techniques like forced perspective to create these effects, just like Cat's Eye. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and Cat's Eye in the same conversation.
It's like they're the same movie.
Exactly.
I hope someone makes a list of every movie that was discussed in this episode.
Sometimes
it's gonna be a long list.
Sometimes my floor is like, because I like to show them the movies sometimes. This one has been, a lot of these movies have come up naturally, so I didn't prepare, but sometimes I even think last week's episode, I posted a video because my floor was just like littered with movies of all the stuff I was talking about, all the connections.
It's like he retiles the place.
Yeah, every single
DVDs
episode.
from the wall.
This is where the mom is reading Pet Sematary. They have a conversation about whether or not they can keep the cat. I like the effect of the troll coming in and out of the baseboard. I think it looks just so cool. And I think that's what I liked about this third story is just the effects. I like the troll, costume. I like all the forced perspective. I like all the big items.
I'm actually surprised this one didn't scare me more when I watched it originally. I remembered it, so I saw it, but maybe I was just too traumatized from Critters Inc.
You already reached your max scared.
Yeah,
already traumatized.
Brandon, did you ever see a movie called The Gate? Also from the 80s, horror movie. Stephen Dorff's first movie, I think.
I've never seen it, but I do own it.
This segment sort of reminded me is that you actually would really like that whole movie. The effects and the claymation and the stop motion, it's all really, really good. It just sort of had that tone to it. And it was so dark for how comedic it was. It was very disjointed. And it felt like a departure from the rest of the movie. And now we understand why.
Yeah, it's very much
Drew Barrymore was the best part of it, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so obvious that it was just like, okay, what can we get Drew Barrymore to do? What's effects heavy? What's like it does have the creepy elements, like the plugging of the nose. I did find that very creepy. The troll cuts the cat, makes him bleed.
Well, and the fact that it's the troll sucking the breath and not the cat. You know what I mean? Like there's the whole weird I don't know.
Yeah, I like I mean, kills the
It's like
bird.
I wanted there to be one more segment because I felt like this one was so weak. I was hoping there'd be like another.
I mean, like Creepshow, the other Stephen King anthology movie, has 4 segments in it, right?
Yep.
So maybe there's something about that. Maybe the 3 segments. I don't know. The Creepshow segments are obviously maybe a little bit shorter then, because Creepshow.
What do we have in Creepshow? We've got, is that Ted Danson, Leslie Nielsen thing, the first one in Creepshow?
Is it the first one?
In my mind it is, but it might not be. I can't remember the order.
Yeah,
but then you got the furry farmer and the asteroid.
Played by Stephen King.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually have, let's see. I have this right here.
The box underneath the stairs, whatever that one's called.
This is my Stephen King Creepshow book.
Nice.
Let me just open this up here.
Also, Brandon, you brought up last week that they were going to release
the birthday
Tales
one.
from the Crypt, and you were right.
Father's Day. It's Father's Day. is the first one where the guy comes out of the grave. And then it's the Meteor with Stephen King. So it's the Father's Day, the Meteor, and then I believe the Creature Under the Stairs. Yeah, then the Creature Under the Stairs.
The Crate.
And then the Crate, and then the Leslie Nielsen, Ted Danson one is the.
That's the final one. Okay.
There's 5. Because there's the Bugs. I forgot about the Bugs.
I don't remember the Bugs either.
Yeah, the guy in like the all white apartment who's.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe they're broken into Creepshow 1 and 2. Because there's 2 Creepshows.
3.
Poor Yoko.
Yeah, there's 5 in Creepshow. Forgot about the Bugs. So quite a difference. I don't know. Maybe it's the shorter pace. It moves faster, and in Cat's Eye, it's not as strong, and we're sitting in these stories for longer.
Too long sometimes.
I love the troll's death. Just thrown straight into that fan. I keep dropping my phone.
And that he really did.
That fan.
And that it really did have, when the parents go over and there's a little arm left, like, ugh.
Yeah.
Bunch of jelly.
It is
gross.
Yeah. It is gross meat.
Pretty gross. Yeah. But also, were you screaming at her to get out of bed and open the door?
Big time. Big time. Also, where did the parents go? They just stopped trying to get in for a while.
Also, those door stops don't actually stop the doors that intensely. Like, that is a little tiny rubber door stop.
Yeah, you would think it was like the Big Lebowski with all the nails and the wood in the floor. Yeah.
Those door stops are designed to stop a door moving on its own weight and momentum. The human muscle can push that off the floor. Yeah. Is there anything else we need to talk about in terms of this story?
Yes. I love that it wrapped up nice and quick and then the movie was over. I didn't like it because I wanted something else, but then once it was over, I was like, oh, well, that's it. Okay, good. Moving on. Get on with my day.
Yeah, I really don't think there's anything else. We can just get into the final segment of this show. So Cat's Eye is released April 12th, 1985. Opens up number 3 at the box office. Number 1 that week, Police Academy 2, a film we've covered, has been out for 2 weeks. Number 2, Mask, not The Mask, but Mask with Cher, which we will eventually cover, has been out for 5 weeks. Number 3,
an excellent movie. Excellent movie.
Number 4, Lady Hawk is new this week. And number 5, Desperately Seeking Susan, the Madonna movie, has been in theaters for 2 weeks. Yes. Famously, one of 3 movies selected by the Library of Congress from the 1985 catalog. Back to the Future, The Goonies, and Desperately Seeking Susan are preserved in the Library of Congress as the most important movies of 1985.
It's such a weird movie, too. It's not bad. It's better than Just That Girl or Who's That Girl, but it's not great.
It's just such
I don't know why it should be preserved forever in the Library of Congress.
Back to the Future and Goonies, they make sense to me. Yeah. But Desperately Seeking Susan always just, it seems like such an outlier to be preserved for all time.
It is. I would think Evita over Desperately Seeking Susan if we're going with Madonna movies. And not that it was any better. Oh, that's my favorite one.
A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. I love that one.
Great yeah. And
that's it. Yes.
A way more important movie. I mean, I haven't seen Desperately Seeking Susan, so I can't. No, I guess I can't speak.
A League of Their Own is 20 times as good as Desperately Seeking Susan.
But A League of Their Own feels like it has cultural weight to it, not just the stars. It's an important story. It's
historical significance.
Historical significance, not only in the story that it's telling, but also just like what it did for movies in general, right? Like it just gave that perspective of all of those female ball players, right?
I was gonna say what it did for women, probably, and then also I guess movies. Sure, movies probably too as well. It's about World War II and how all the men were going and the women were sent to go do all the men's jobs, and then when the men came back, they were like, who needs you? It's a fucked up thing. I love that they told that story.
And
the Rockford Peaches were delightful, and the Racine Bears or whatever they were. Also, the sibling rivalry. Man, I want to watch that movie. And Hans Zimmer's soundtrack in that movie is excellent. Yeah. The Final Game soundtrack is so fucking good. The guy you mentioned from Wedding Singer is in it too. He's losing his mind. He's the scout.
Oh, yeah, John Lithgow. No, not John Lithgow. John Lovitz.
That's it.
Not John Lithgow.
No, a little different.
Okay. I couldn't find where I wrote down the budget. So the budget... Oh, I just found it. The budget for Cat's Eye. It was under the word budget. Maybe I should read my own notes. So the budget for Cat's Eye
can't be expected to find that.
$7 million. That's what they made the film for. Ends up making...
Honestly, they've got some big names in this where I'm kind of surprised that it was only $7 million just based on names.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because
James Woods was already big and Drew Barrymore was peaking right now.
But I'm sure there's got to be something about like it's a Stephen King movie, right? Like Stephen King's name is
maybe you're right
above the title. This is Stephen King's Cat's Eye, and 10 years into his career, it does carry weight. They ironically carry The Shining have all come out, and they're huge movies. So I'm sure a lot of these people are like just excited to be involved with a Stephen King project.
Could be.
So, $7 million budget, and it makes somewhere between $9 and $13 million. And the reason I say that is because the regular website that I get for my box office information said that it was $9 million it made, and then the other website, Box Office Mojo, said that it made $13 million. And somewhere in there, and I don't know what they're factoring in.
We in the industry, we used to use Box Office Mojo as like a real, a good source.
Well, the other one I use is the numbers. I don't know how long that's been around.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
I use the numbers, okay. and I cross-reference with Box Office Mojo sometimes. Okay.
Gotcha.
Siskel and Ebert are friends. They did review Cat's Eye. Do you want to take a guess on what they thought about Cat's Eye? Either of you?
This seems like it would be an Ebert type movie, but it's also not good. So I don't think he would stand up for it. I can't imagine Siskel liked it.
Yoko, do you want to take a guess? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm going to say they liked it.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
nice.
Gene Siskel did not like this movie. Thumbs down from Siskel. Huh. Roger Ebert, however, was very defensive of this movie to Siskel and gave it a thumbs up. He liked it.
Wow.
So Siskel's review of it was, it's too little of this, too little of that, and he wanted a feature-length version of the ideas. And he talked specifically about Quitters Incorporated. Exactly what you were saying, Jay.
Well, no, I think we were all consensus here. I think we are all unanimous on that.
Yeah. I mean, that is the best story by far. Roger Ebert praised the basic fears he praises the basic fears of humans and turning our loved ones against us. That's what he really liked about it. So he gives it the thumbs up. And then on his own Chicago Tribune, is that what he wrote for? Yeah, his newspaper review, he ended up giving it 3 stars.
One's the Chronicle, one's the Tribune. I always forget which one's which.
Yeah. I actually don't know. Both Chicago. One of the Chicago papers, he ended up giving it 3 stars. Now, so that is Cat's Eye. And I'm sure half of this episode was not about Cat's Eye, but that's how this show freaking goes.
Probably, I think more than that.
Way more. An hour on Cat's Eye, hour and a half off.
Okay. There's only a couple more things we have to do, and then we can get the hell out of here.
I'm not in a hurry to go. I am self-conscious. Poor Yoko.
Oh no.
Well,
Yoko, why did you choose this movie? Can we? You told us the story before, but is that the only reason?
Yeah.
Just to kind of go revisit.
Yeah, because I wanted the excuse to watch it again, and I do feel a little bit vindicated. That story was it wouldn't scare me the same way now, but like I feel vindicated for being scared of it for 30 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Specifically, the feet in the closet. That image.
It got me.
Yeah,
it got me too.
Yeah.
Because I was convinced there wasn't somebody in there, and it was all he was just paranoid from the whatever the fuck, and then it was like no.
And then we see the footprints of the gumboots the next morning. Okay, so Yoko, around here we rate these movies out of 5 stars. Half stars are allowed. Jade, he walked away. I guess I'll go first.
Here. Okay. I'm here. It's a bunch of stuff happening. Sorry.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go. Okay.
I really struggled with this one because I made a review on Letterboxd, and then I thought about it more, and I was thinking specifically about a bunch of the special effects, and I went and I bumped my review up a star. And then
I thought you didn't do that.
No. This is all before the show. This is while I'm processing. This is while I'm doing my research. I'm listening. I technically watched this movie 3 times because I watched it for watching the movie. Then while I was doing research, I was watching and listening to the commentary. And then I make notes about the plot so that we can hit all of the important points. So I did watch this movie at 2 times speed just to make sure I hit everything again. So
amazing.
That whole process is I made my review, thought about it, bumped it up a star, and then thought about it a little bit more and was like, no, I'm being too nice to this movie. And I brought it back down to my original rating.
Amazing.
So, all of that being said, I am giving Cat's Eye 2 stars, but I'm also giving it the heart because there was things in it that I really did like. But I think if we're going straight quality, this is a 2-star movie for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yoko.
I was thinking probably 2.5 stars, and most of that goes to Quitters Inc.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Oh.
And like I actually kind of like the last story, and I could see that one having been drawn out into a feature length film too on its own. If they, I think it would have been better.
But it was called Critters. They did that. Critters.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
it's
that
true.
one.
Yeah, you're right. Like they've done Critters,
5 Leprechaun movies,
Munchies, Gremlins.
Right.
Was there a cat that saved them?
No, you're right. That's the magic.
She's right.
Yeah.
She's right.
And that's the important part.
Yeah, you could write your own screenplay. Larry can get in there and you can save you from a bunch of little critters.
That was Larry, but in between that was Lucy, by the way. I have 2
Larry and Lucy.
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was holding like this, that was Lucy. But I stand by my 2.5 for that.
Yeah.
Because Quitters Inc. is pretty, but you can turn it off after Quitters Inc. if you want to. But
yes.
I think that's worth a watch.
Yeah. Go out there and see if somebody has uploaded Quitters Inc. to YouTube and just watch Quitters Inc. You don't need any cat prologue. You don't need anything else, any cat connection between them. Just go and watch Quitters Inc. Or even better, go and find the copy of Night Shift, the collection of short stories, and read Quitters Inc. Because I didn't get a chance to track down a copy of the book, but I definitely want to read those short stories.
This is interesting, you guys. You both just created a whole new thing that, like, if I could do what you just suggested, Brandon, and chop, like, from the moment the cat gets captured after the mannequin Drew Barrymore, so get all that out of there. Start it right after that, where James Woods and the other guy are driving to the place, and what's the story? Sounds like the CIA, all that stuff, and then just have that be the story. Yeah, I'd probably go 3 stars on that, just alone.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, with the rest of the movie, I'm at 1 star, I think, because I can't justify giving it 2 when I gave the movie we watched last week 2 stars, when this is not nearly as good.
But last week's movie was a different experience.
Go on.
Right?
Yeah.
What did I give it? I think I gave it 3 stars last week. I don't remember what it was. Talking about Creature with Steve 3.
There was that whole, if we did halves, I think we both would have gone higher than we did.
You were 2, Steve was 2.5, and I was 3. But that's because that movie is like so bad it's good. right? Like
it was so bad.
Creature is a magic movie.
Fully fucking enjoyable.
Yeah. This is not.
And in some ways, it was worse than this. Some parts of this were better than that, but as a whole, the movie just isn't.
Yeah,
it's as the paper you turn into the teacher that you're graded on. This is not a fucking good paper.
And that's what's fascinating about movies, is because sometimes a movie can technically be a worse film, but you have so much more fun watching it and even just get so much more out of it. Whereas you're right. Technically, Cat's Eye is a better made movie, but it's not as effective as Creature from last week.
Totally.
That being said, Cat's Eye does have some good stuff in it, but it's just as a whole, and not even to mention how distracting it is to like try to shoehorn in this like Drew Barrymore vision and the cat traveling across
and the
country.
Cat. Yeah, you don't need the cat. This could have just been some other story. Why did
it could have been Drew's Eye, Stephen King's Drew's Eye.
If there's that makes more sense.
Then who would have seen her if there was no cat?
That's true. Yeah, that's what's the draw. The draw is the
bird
on 35.
My argument is that there's not enough cat in this movie. That there should be more cat for a movie called Cat's Eye.
Yes,
or at least it should have all been told through the story. Oh, this cat,
the POV
different
of
stories.
The cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only POV that we get of the cat isn't even the cat; it's the fucking leprechaun or whatever it is.
Okay, so the last thing we have to do around here is I loved Letterboxd. Do you know about Letterboxd?
Oh, wait, hang on. I wrote my thing. Hang on, I gave you the here, hang on. Look, you'll be proud of me. I wrote a Letterboxd review, even though I didn't put it on Letterboxd.
Oh, wow.
This is not the movie I thought it would be, and I had zero expectations. 1 star.
1 star. Yeah, so Letterboxd, if you know, is an app that you can log your movies. Hopefully it doesn't change because there's talk about big corporations buying it right now, and if that happens and it sucks, I'm going to be really sad because I love Letterboxd.
Is it going to get like Googled up or something?
We don't know what's going to happen at this point, but it's in conversations to get bought out by some big like Netflix or some other entertainment corporations.
Oh, Netflix actually makes sense. If it's a movie studio, that makes sense.
But yeah, you can log your movies, you can rate your movies, and people write reviews, and I like how specific people's reviews are. So here are some of the reviews for Stephen King's Cat's Eye that I pulled off of Letterboxd. So May She Wrote says, Stephen King is always the master at weaving cozy horror and menacing dread. 4 stars.
I mean, I agree with what that guy said, but it's not this movie he's talking about.
Yeah. I just agreed with that one. Renflix says, should have been the first animal awarded Oscar. 3.5 stars and a heart. What? Mr. Ugly says, Cat versus Goblin. Up there with Rocky versus Drago, in my opinion. 3.5 stars.
Oh my lord! I do agree that the cat was one of the best actors in the movie. Yeah. The 9 cats, or however many you said, it was so good, so good.
And okay, this next one, the only reason I pulled it is it has a connection to the DVD. So it's Umgar says 3.5 stars. Meowvelous, and the only reason I pulled that is because on this DVD. On the back of it, they give the description of the film, and I don't know if people will be able to read this, if I'll be able to get it in focus, if it'll actually work. But right at the very end, they wrote Meowvelous on the back of the DVD.
Oh my god!
What a groan!
I would take my name off that Cat's Eye. Oof. Someone else's Cat's Eye that's Meowvelous.
Meowvelous.
Like even Super Troopers doesn't go that bad. Like they fit him in other places where it fits. Ugh.
Oh, the meow. Yeah.
Are you saying meow?
And then the last one here, Anna says that cat was acting its ass off. To be honest, 2.5 stars.
Yep, good cat. The cat was the best part.
Yeah, by far. Well, we did it. We talked about every other actor on the face of the earth. Brought up hundreds and hundreds of other movies. But thank you, Yoko, for joining us. Thank you for choosing Cat's Eye.
No one's thanking me for choosing Cat's
No,
Eye. I feel like I should apologize.
No, this was great. Yoko, do you have anything you'd like to say? Brandon and I really...
No, this is... it's fun for me to sit here and listen to you guys talk about these things I've never thought about, but I really do want, like, of all these movies. I'm like, wait, what movies did I say I'd watch? You know, so I'm like, I got to go back and remember what I need to watch.
Babe Pig in the City.
Starting with Babe Pig in the City.
Yeah. But make
and
sure
Spaceballs.
you're Spaceballs and Babe Pig in the City. Great double feature.
That's my takeaway. You know, very obvious connections to Cat's Eye. Yeah.
At one point, I made a note that said this movie feels like summer stock theater. I stand by that.
But why did they show it to me in 6th grade?
Yeah, that is a poor choice of someone in a leadership role.
Right.
Yeah.
We had a teacher that
from the other day.
Granted it was our music teacher, but he always showed us the movie Drumline. I
love that movie.
With
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely vehicle.
I watched Drumline in middle school so many times.
But did you like it?
I remember
was it forced upon you?
It was kind of forced upon us, and I remember enjoying it and thinking the drumming was really cool and being impressed by the fact that Nick Cannon actually does a lot of the drumming in the movie, if not all of it.
Those guys learned the stuff, They actually learned how to do it.
I have to check out
the guy who plays his drum major is really good too. The shaved head guy, the one that he has all of the beef with, that isn't Orlando Bloom.
I don't remember much of the story. Orlando Brown? No, Orlando Brown.
Orlando Bloom. Orlando Jones. Sorry.
Orlando Jones. That's right.
Orlando Bloom is not in Drumline.
So there's Orlando. There's Orlando Bloom, who is Pirates of the Caribbean and Legolas.
Not him. He's not in.
Then there's Orlando Jones, who is from Evolution, a movie I love. And then I believe there is Orlando Brown, who is the actor from That's So Raven.
Deep cut, bro.
Yeah. And these are all the names that just live in my head.
Impressive.
All right.
So many notes here. It's just crazy. That's just so crazy.
Okay, before we wrap up and give our plugs, next week's episode, we are going to be talking about Transylvania 5000.
No way.
Yes, that is what we're covering next week with our guest, screenwriter Chris Burgoch, who wrote The Florida Project, which we talked a little bit about tonight, in Kids Actors. He's the co-writer with Sean Baker of The Florida Project. Yes.
Nice.
I'm excited to talk to him next week.
Great guest.
Yes.
There were a couple things before we wrap it up completely.
Sure.
Did you see the Staten Island shot? Staten Island ferry shot?
Yes.
I thought it was weird. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, was there not a New York skyline shot too? Because I remember the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of that.
Yeah.
But what I noticed in this particular shot was that the boat right here.
I'm going to make you big. One sec.
Thank you. You know how I love it. This is a stretch, but it's the Staten Island Ferry, and then this boat kind of almost says Pete. In a second ago, the L was covered, and Pete bought the Staten Island Ferry.
Oh, Pete Davidson.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Pete Davidson and Colin Jost. Yes.
Foreshadowing that you couldn't possibly see coming. And then the other thing was this crazy, this deviled egg platter thing.
Oh my God, that was great. I love that.
So that reminded me of, I grew up with this, which was Cookie Puss as a kid from Carvel, which was like literally people's birthday cakes.
Yes, I've heard Cookie Puss referenced
it looks the same
on podcasts. It looks like a Mr. Potato Head to me.
You're right on the money. Yeah, whatever. That was it.
Funny.
Yoko, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm at Yoko McCann on both Instagram and YouTube. So that's right.
I just followed you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can. Is your powerlifting a different one? Or
I have a separate gym account that's Forged in Pink. over on Instagram.
Okay. Because when I see them, I don't remember if it's the Yoko or if it's the Forge in Pink. But yeah. Pretty impressive stuff you're doing over there.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun.
Jay Ryan, where can people find you on the internet?
Thanks so much, Brandon. I'm working on that. It's getting better. It's still Porsche Life 111 on main things, but I did just start up a Jay Ryan 111 account, so you can find that too, because we need to start getting some of this.
Got to diversify.
Funneled down into one thing. Late night playset, if you're into late night talk shows or Letterman or any of that old stuff. We do a podcast called Late Night Playset, Good Vibes Breakfast Club if you like cars here in Los Angeles. And if you like movies, damn it, follow, like, subscribe to Blockbuster Year, because I love doing this show with Brandon and I love having guests like Yoko. And it's really, really fun doing this kind of show, I would say with an audience. Usually it's with an audience or for an audience. Tonight it was just for us, but it's really a blast doing it. So I hope we can keep doing it.
Yeah, one year in, we're officially past our year. Come tomorrow, so.
And it becomes what is this now? We're season 2, and it's must see TV because we're on Thursdays now.
Yeah, we've switched nights. Yeah.
Are you sticking to 1985?
Until we finish those main theatrical releases. We're about halfway through the films that I'm hoping to cover for this 1985. Yeah, and then we'll pick another period of film.
Yeah.
But there's some big ones we still have not covered. Pee-wee's Big Adventure we haven't. The Goonies, Back to the Future, we still have not done those yet.
Did anybody notice I wore a shirt with cat's eyes on it tonight for the show?
I did notice.
It's a racing shirt, but it's got a cat
on it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to hit one of those big ones soon. We were putting them off, but I think we should check one of those at least off the list. Maybe for episode 50. Maybe the big one. We'll see. Jay said it best. Follow.
And Comic-Con. If anybody's at Comic-Con, this will air. If you're at Comic-Con tomorrow, send me a message.
Yes, Comic-Con this week.
We'll be there this weekend. I'm shooting with my buddy Phil. We're doing a new show that has not been talked about yet. It's not made public, but we are shooting, and we will be at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. So send us a message.
And that is actor Phil Morris, who we referenced earlier tonight from Jingle All the Way, but also most famously from Seinfeld, Jackie Charles.
He was in Jingle All the Way?
Yeah, we talked about it on his episode. He's the newscaster in Jingle All the Way.
You're right. I forgot. I totally forgot. I totally forgot.
I was.
But he's also one of my best friends, so I don't think of it that way.
Yeah, I was fangirling on that episode.
Well, he'll be back now that we're having people back.
Yes, Phil Morris will be back. Phil Morris returned. That's a Star Wars joke.
I see. I didn't get it.
Got it.
Follow a Blockbuster Year, subscribe to the channel. These episodes will be dropping and will be live on Thursday nights moving forward. Thank you everybody for watching this episode or listening on the podcast platforms.
How do we follow you? Because your Instagram is blowing up this week, my friend.
That's right. Yes, if you're into movie cars or props or old video stores, you can follow BC DeLorean on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all of the social medias. What did I do? Today, I guess today on the day we're recording, I did put up a poster poll. I got a bunch of movie posters. Yeah, we're going to be.
I see.
Actually, I should plug that. Thank you for reminding me. So this coming Sunday, our Ghostbusters Ecto 1 will be at the Mission Raceway for the Drive for Smiles charity event. The Starlight Children's Foundation will be there all day with the Ghostbusters of BC, along with some other incredible supercars and I think maybe some classic cars too. But it's a big fundraising car show in Mission, British Columbia. So if you're in the area on Sunday, 10:30 to 3:30, at the Mission Raceway, we'll be there with the Ghostbusters Ecto 1.
I get very nostalgic seeing this car, Brandon. I can't wait to come up and visit you and see this car again. I might get emotional.
Well, it's waiting for you. I'm charging the batteries right now, getting ready for the show on Sunday.
It's so much better now than how it was when we built it. Obviously, you know that, but like it's still that car, and I see it and I see that shape, and I have so many memories. It's ridiculous. Like they just flood back.
Yeah.
I love that you have it. That's so cool.
Yeah. Crazy small world before we even knew each other.
Sean Bishop and I built his Secto. I mean, a long time ago. It's been rebuilt a bunch of times, but good. So good. Love it, man. Love everything you're doing up there. And the Sam Neill video was beautiful.
Yeah. It's I'm gonna miss Sam Neill. There's a bunch of other films that I have to watch that I haven't seen, and The Piano. Have you ever heard of The Piano?
Of course.
I've never seen that, so I got to watch that.
That's a big movie.
Yeah. Okay, well, we did it. We conquered Cat's Eye, famously in an episode double the length of the film itself. So, congratulations.
Did I ever tell you about the
Yoko.
time I met Stephen King?
Oh, no, you have. Wait, maybe you did tell that story on Silver Bullet, but please tell that story again.
Very, very brief. Okay. Danbury Mall, Cinnabon. He was having Cinnabon at Danbury Mall in Connecticut.
Wow.
It was really, he was having a Cinnabon with his mother or something. This was in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, in the 90s. Wow.
Yeah, it would have been like 94, 95.
You wait till the 2:55 mark to bring that up.
I forgot. It's really not a good story. It was really, we just saw him, and I was like, holy shit, that's Stephen King. So I asked, I was with a friend and her mom. And the mom was like, "Excuse me, are you Stephen King?" Yeah. Right,
but that story would have been directly related to Cat's Eye.
Yeah. From
right. Oh, I see your point.
When I said tonight we're covering Stephen King's Cat's Eye.
And I'm like, who else should we talk about? Yeah, it didn't occur to me. That's funny.
All right.
What are you gonna do?
Thank you, Yoko, for being here. This was a lot of fun. It was so great to see you. I missed you at Washington SummerCon, so I'm glad I got to hang out with you for a couple hours, talk to you about this incredible film, Stephen King's Cat's Eye. Yeah. Jay, love you very much.
I love you, Brandon. Yoko's a saint. I just want to say that. I love you, Yoko. I'm sorry. You'll have to come back and talk more.
Oh, don't worry. I'm used to this.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week with Transylvania 65000.
I can't believe we're watching that.
Chris Bergoch. Excited to talk to him about his movies that he's written and this crazy, wild Jeff Goldblum, Ed Begley Jr., Gina Davis film. It's going to be a lot of fun. Good night, everybody.
We love everybody. Please love one another.